down here.
Cool. Sweet.
Or is it going to do it? Yeah, okay, there. You know, it'd be funny as if they're not even playing like a jingle or anything. It's just literally
just dead silence with a number in the middle,
and they can still hear our voices, which I think is the case actually. Which
number in the middle?
Yep, that's exactly the case. All right, well, no point in that fucking thing.
Yeah, inside
what's up,
baseball? Hey, everybody!
Wow, I'm totally like great at this. I've done this so much in my life, you can tell.
Thing is, you know, like 10 times more than I do, so
I don't know. It seems like we have pretty similar setups right now.
Yeah, but I have a microphone plugged into a USB. I'm sitting on my bed.
Oh, well, that's, nice and comfortable at least. What we have here is we have Mike from the Jim and Them show, everybody.
Yo, what's up?
It's going to take a minute for the word to get around that we're live, so it'll start off small, but then gets bigger, much like my cock. That was disgusting.
Whoa!
I don't know why I had to say that. Why?
My mom was watching, dude.
Oh, sorry. Why would I have to start out that crass? That's fucked up.
It's okay. She watches my show. And Jeff's on that. He's despicable. Everything that comes out of his mouth is the most despicable thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, I need to tune into you guys more. I only watch your show when I'm on there to watch myself.
I get that feeling. That's what I do with mirrors.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I mean,
I only look at them when I'm in them.
If everything goes correctly tonight, you should have a good solid, I don't know, hour and a half, 2 hours, 2.5 hours of just going back and watching yourself. Being grilled, getting asked the hard questions.
I am my own biggest fan. Ask any one of us three on the show if we will sit and just crack ourselves up watching our old videos. It's a big, we love it. So
did you ever have
you can do that?
Did you ever have a YouTube channel or anything like solo before you started doing?
No, because I was never like a YouTube guy. I mean, I guess at this point I'm still kind of not a YouTube guy. I don't really watch a ton. Like I watch like Red Letter Media. I watch a lot of rips of Penn and Teller Fool Us on YouTube. I like Magic. And then like I watch the occasional like GDQ like speedrun Twitch stream kind of thing, but I don't watch a lot of like game streamers. I don't watch a lot of YouTube people. It's not like I dislike it. I only have so much time and I like wrestling and playing video games. So unfortunately that's what my time is spent watching, and I would not blame anyone for thinking that's a giant waste of time. So I can't judge anyone. But before this, I was just like friends with one of the older hosts because we've been doing this for about 18 years.
God damn.
It was Jim, buddy of mine named Jake, and one of their friends from work named Brandon. Brandon lasted 7 episodes. They were like, shit, maybe we can't do this. But then Jim and Jake did it for about a year and a half. Jeff started working with them. They invited him. And then about half a year after that, Jake invited me because me and him did a video game show and like a podcast show because this is, again, like almost 20 years ago. And then I just started like showing up, and the show was still early enough where it didn't have, not that it had no identity, but it was still like creating its identity. And now 18 years later, it's like this is kind of what I do with my Friday every day, like every week.
Well, I mean, you guys have definitely hit a niche with the the Corey Feldman stuff.
We apparently found something that we're good at that people wanted more of. So because like in the long run, a lot of it was just because we had a YouTube channel mostly for streaming because we jumped over the years. Now, this is by no means me patting myself on the back, but we've always accidentally been doing something that wasn't popular yet because we were doing a show before, like podcasts weren't like a thing anyone knew of. Again, I'm going to say this a million times. 18 years ago, I think it's like Ricky Gervais had a podcast, and like, but he made people like pay for it on iTunes because it was almost like you were buying like an audio show. Like it wasn't a thing. So most people were not familiar with podcasts, and something all of us had in common is that we liked some version of like live talk radio. So I know Jim was like a big Opie and Anthony guy.
Oh yeah.
And I had like some local guys in Vegas that I liked listening to. And that's kind of where like so we just kind of tried to do that. And then we made it where it's like, oh, you can watch us do that live. And then we're like, well, why don't we just put up the audio recording? And then we started doing that. And then podcast became the thing. So we're like, okay, we'll just post it like a podcast. And then we're like, well, since we're doing it live, we could add video. So we started doing that. And then websites started popping up more and more, like Stick'em and stuff like that from back in the day, where we just do the show on that. And then as those went away, Twitch streams and YouTube streams got more popular. So then we just kind of jumped to whatever made the most sense until we were doing it on YouTube. But then we didn't really have a YouTube account for our stuff. It was just kind of like we'd do sketches every once in a while and film them. And that's what our YouTube account was. And then occasionally Jim would like clip something from the show. Then he started wanting to do that more regularly so that our YouTube actually had anything on it.
Yeah.
And then we noticed that whenever we talked about Feldman, that's the stuff people liked the most. So we started putting more of that up because we've been talking about the dude for like 12 years. And then, so we have a shitload of it. And then that kind of turned into like, okay, people really like that and they're finding us for it. So then they tune into the live show and they're confused why we're not talking about it because all they know is the YouTube clip they saw. And so all of part one, because
and
then everybody who finds us through the YouTube channel just watches the Feldman stuff. So it's almost like there's like 3 people that watch the show. There's the people that watch it forever. There's the people that watch us live and think of us as us. And then there's the people that don't even know we do a live show and just watch the Feldman YouTube videos.
I think
so
that
it's kind of weird how it works out.
Yeah, I think I might have been in that latter category. So you mean to tell me that there's a whole ass podcast show outside of just these Feldman clips?
We do. We go live every Friday, 7 to 10 Pacific Standard Time, for about 4.5 hours, 5 hours usually. We split it in half. We release 2 episodes, like 2 podcasts throughout the week, part 1 and part 2 of whatever that episode is. Again, we're at like 905, 906 or something. So that backs up. Technically, we'd be at like 18 something if we called each part its own episode, but we split it in half. And really, everything you see on the YouTube is a part of like the first hour and a half of the episode because that's where all the Feldman stuff lives. And so it's kind of like one of those things where it's cool watching more and more people around because they like us and not just because they want to like watch Feldman like goofs, which far be it from me. If that's what you like us for, cool. But it's worked out really well seeing people turn into Jim and them fans as opposed to, oh, it's, hey, those guys that make fun of Feldman. And that's totally cool for people to like us for that too, as long as they think it's funny. But yeah, it's done good stuff for us. So it's weird having that turn into our identity, but it also makes explaining the show easier because back in the day, people would say, oh, what's your show about? And I'm like, me and my friends making jokes. And they're like, that's not a show. And I'm like, yeah, no, it's not. It's kind of not.
Yeah, like I did the only time that I fuck with Corey Feldman is like music, if it's music based. So if like I'm reviewing like an album or there's some weird live performance, then I will talk about him. So like I reviewed his Truth Movement record that he did in like 2008.
You poor thing.
It did really well, of course, because everything Corey Feldman is white hot on YouTube right now. And I was going to ask your opinion on why you think that is. But yeah, my mom was asking me the other day, like, oh, what was the last video you did? She doesn't actually talk like that. She's like, Yoshi,
I'm 100 years old.
Where's my hand crank dildo? Oh, you said that about your mom. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Your own mother. Jesus.
Well, she doesn't know how to operate YouTube or the internet, so it's fine. But she was like, what was your last like thing you did on your YouTube channel? I was like, do you know who Corey Feldman is? And she's like, what, wasn't he on some show? And I'm like, no, dude, he was dad's favorite movie, The Goonies. You know, you don't know. She's like, oh, I don't think I ever watched that. I was like, okay. So I had to like explain who the fuck he even was to her. I don't even have like a unilateral focus on my channel because I'm like going all over the place. But yeah, I guess like one of my questions I had for you is like, what, like, because I've experienced this myself on my channel. Anytime I cover anything Feldman related, it always does crazy numbers. Why is Corey so white hot on YouTube right now?
I mean, it's like, far be it from me to say what is good or bad on YouTube, but something I've learned since we've been doing the show and gotten popular is there's a term called a lol cow. I had never heard this in
Yeah.
my
Yeah.
life. It's just
Yeah.
these
Corey is a
people that
lolcow.
like people get fixated on. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
they're like big weirdos, and everyone goes like, "Oh my god, this guy's a weirdo. I have to." He consumes my life now, and I didn't know that existed. But it seems like Corey kind of falls into that group. But he's unique in that you've heard of him outside. It's like apparently all the other people are just like internet weirdos, and Corey's interesting because he's been in movies. Like someone might have heard of him.
Yeah.
He at points in time had things that he could say he was proud of, but he's also this endless well of bizarre behavior that literally never runs out. Because I know that early on when we were doing a lot of Corey stuff, it's like, yeah, I mean, we'll do this until we run out of stuff or we feel like it's not funny anymore. We wouldn't just like do it like hoping for a paycheck or something, or like trying to force it. And we've never had to force it. We've never had to force it because it's never ends. He's the perfect kind of hypocrite. He does the perfect kind of weird stuff. It's like, because there are like spazzes where you like look at some guy with a weird face, like drinking something you shouldn't drink on YouTube, and you're like, whoa, that guy's weird. But then Corey's not doing that. He's like, he's not like some like a drug addict. Well, okay, he is some kind of drug addict. He's not some sort of like YouTube drug addict that's like, watch me like implode live twice a week. He's just a guy. And I think that's also fascinating for people because everyone wants to like learn something new about someone, and it doesn't take long for someone to go like, oh yeah, Corey, he's awesome, right? And you're like, oh my god, it takes 1 second for you to find out he's not awesome, and then you're like, you got that rabbit hole factor, and I think that's probably our biggest strength is the rabbit hole factor. That is why he's white hot, is that you can't learn enough about him. There's other guy like there's some guy, I think his name is it's a Mortal Kombat character. Is it Cyrax? Is that a name of an internet weirdo? Yeah,
he died.
He's just
I think
some
he died
guy
recently.
Oh, did he? Oh shit. Well, R.I.P. Cyrax. But not the Mortal Kombat character. He's still alive and well.
Yeah, he's still alive and well. Yeah, he's a robot.
Yeah, he literally can't die. I tried to kill him. He fired an electric net at me and cut me into pieces. But yeah, like he's like a guy. He was like a guy where you look at him and just go like, oh, okay, I instantly know everything I need to know about this guy because you look at his face, right? Like you can just tell he's a weirdo. And if people say, oh, he does weird stuff, you go, okay, I understand. But with Corey Feldman, you look at him and you go, okay, yeah, he kind of has like a weird outfit, but why would I care about that? Like, oh, okay, you play me one song, like, oh, that's kind of a weird song. Is there more? And there's always a little bit more, and it just that rabbit hole just makes it impossible to give up on. And most people that jump into our show tell us that they fell down the rabbit hole. And it's got to just be that there's just a never ending supply.
I think, by the way, it was King Cobra was the lolcow who died recently. It wasn't Cyrax.
Oh, okay.
Cyrax is still alive and well, according to the chat. And I will get to the super chats a little later.
Well, I'm glad he's alive and well.
Yeah. King Cobra was actually subscribed to my channel for a while, so and then he died. So I guess that was my content was.
Did you kill him with your content?
Yeah, I did. But yeah, I'm gonna save. I got
you reviewed an album so well that he killed himself.
Yeah. I think the thing with Corey though is like you're definitely right on the fact that like he was in traditional media and all these other YouTubers weren't. So he was in movies, he was in the public consciousness, and it's like he's like a guy who tries to do like he's still trying to like keep it going as though he's got a career still, but he's like self-funding everything, so it comes off as like really cheap and like really like just a poor man's version of like back when he was like, you know, had a manager and cachet in Hollywood and was in these $1 million movies and all that, and it was all, you know, professional and all that. Because if you look at his like concerts and all, it's like he funded all that himself, and it shows. Whether it's that big inflatable projector or the outfits or whatever, and it's like he's really trying. He's legitimately like trying to like make something that he thinks is cool and awesome. And I don't know. For me, it's the delusion that hooks me into the Coreyverse. The delusion's
great because you don't want to see someone that knows. Like if he was ever in on it, it would ruin it. I think the fact
Yeah,
that he refuses to be in on it, no matter how many people tell him something is there to be in on, that helps. And then the fact that he always fails. Like he never succeeds at anything. And
right.
it's like I don't even know how someone fails as often as he does in all the ways he does. And so even I'm just sitting there like, okay, how's it going to go this time?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's like the delusion is definitely very heavy, and I'm just like, man, you must not have a singular like true friend in the world to like pull you aside and be like, you know, uh, what is it? We Wanted Change off of CD2 of Angelic to the Core, which is like I think noted as one of his worst songs ever. It's the "We were together, we want to change," and it sounds like a drunk old 80-year-old at like a karaoke bar, and it sounds so fucking bad. And it's like this man has not a single true friend in the world. No one's gonna pull him aside and be like, dude, I swear to God, like, I care about you, and this is the only reason I'm telling you this sounds like shit. Please don't put this out into the world. Like, no,
Yeah.
he's got nobody like that for anything he does. Like,
Well, he
in the
only has
last few years.
collaborators at this point because, for better or for worse, everyone in his life he has drawn into his thing he's doing. So that means he has no friends. He has bandmates, and
Yeah,
so what are they? I mean, what do they have to gain from saying like, "Hey, man, this sucks"? Because he knows they know what happens. He gets rid of you, or he disagrees with you, and his partners have all been a part of his band largely for the last like 15, 20 years. And yeah, anyone he'd consider a friend is just a part of his band. So like all he has is collaborators at this point. And so yeah, I don't think he does have friends really anymore. He has probably a lot of acquaintances. He has plenty of people that like would say hi to him and talk to him for 5 minutes, but he's not going to listen to those people. And I think anyone that's in that group probably knows he's not going to listen to them. So it's like, whose time is he worth? He won't listen to anyone, and no one wants to spend the time trying to convince him. So like, yeah, he has no one that could ever say like, hey, dude, maybe just like something's not working, but what could you do different? Like, I'm not saying stop. Don't stop. You clearly love this thing. You've spent 50 years of your life obsessed with it, but like you got to try at some point in time, dude. Like try something slightly different. I don't know, anything, almost anything different. Make a ska band, Corey. That's what he needs to do. He needs to make a ska band. It's the only thing he hasn't done yet.
I just he's got that gargly gravel in the back of his throat in all of his songs, and I can't unhear it now since I've like listened to pretty much all of his music. But there's still more out there. Like there's a First Truth Movement album that I can't find anywhere online, and I've got to get a hold of it because it's only the second Truth Movement album. And after I did my video on that album, Rob Scallion or whatever his name is, from the guitarist from the band who like wrote, I guess, a lot of the songs musically, and he was in the studio with Corey. He commented on the video, and he was like, he was kind of like backhanded, compliments and some kind of. So anyway, I was like, had some stories about a cat or something else going on in the comment, and I was like, all right, this guy sounds like, he might be legit. And so I was like, dude, email me. Like, I would love to interview you. Like, and one of my friends actually got the dude's email address and passed it on to me. So I emailed him, and yeah, I was like, yeah, man, I'd love to interview you and just talk to you about like the album recording process of that Truth Movement album and all that. And he responded back, and he was just kind of like, he was like gun shy. He's like, yeah, man. I mean, I got so many stories, man. I usually just tell them at parties. And to be honest, bro, like Corey's still a really good friend of mine. And like, I don't really want to like,
Yeah.
go on here and, make fun of him or anything like that, even though he had kind of made fun of him in the first comment that he made to begin with.
Right.
Like he was like making fun of the Angels and how they all thought it was a horrible idea. Like when he told him about like, I'm going to do the Angels now. This is going to be my new thing. And they were all his old band members were like, that sounds awful. But I told him, I was like, dude, it's not going to be like a hit piece or anything on Corey. Like, I don't even have to bring up Corey really that much. I just want, like, I am legitimately interested what it must be like being in the studio with that nutcase and like how like what was it like and what was the writing process like? And I mean, what kind of guitar do you play? What are you doing now? I mean, it's like literally what didn't have to be like that. But I did tell him, I was like, I in all, just full disclosure, I have made several videos that have been very critical of Corey Feldman, and I just never heard from him. So
yeah, I think it's like an albatross hanging around all their necks. Because like, I think we were talking about on the show recently, like why Truth Movement didn't continue being a thing. Because that's the closest Corey's ever had to, in my opinion, a like legitimate music career.
Yeah,
because
like the
real musicians, they were like real musicians making arguably the most relevant to the time they were in music that he's ever made. And I think it's probably because he doesn't like, he had to collaborate with people where he wasn't in charge. And that, I mean, if you know anything about this guy, you know immediately, like, he doesn't want to do that. He wants to be in charge. He wants to be the final word. And no one wants to work with that guy, especially if you're not like the biggest, like if you're the biggest band in the world, sure, you're probably going to be down for it. But they weren't. And so you get 2 albums out of it, and then probably creative differences start striking up, and they go, cool, we're going to go off and do this. You do your thing. And that's why he created his thing, a thing where he's in control of everything. And so I'm sure to them, they're like, yeah, I mean, like, that could have been fun, but now that dude's kryptonite. And so like, it's kind of hard to even talk about the project because we're not really talking about the project, are we? Like, it'd be really, really hard to talk about that project without talking about what Corey did or didn't do or prevented them from doing or what they wanted to do despite him. Or that's what the conversation's always going to go. So that I would imagine that's probably why someone like that, like, half wants to talk about it, but then is half almost afraid because it's like you'd have to like be wearing like a Truth Movement t-shirt and be like, Corey who? Oh, the old singer, and not know he was an actor. So like, you'd have to be so in the dark. That's like the only guy that like they'd be like, okay, cool, we can talk to this guy.
Yeah, no, man, I was just in like a Goodwill the other day, and I stumbled upon this Truth Movement album, and I was listening to it. And I fucking loved it. It was great, dude. I just said, I'm glad that you commented on the video, bro. Like, I just love to know about Truth Movement. The singer's pretty good. I don't know, never heard of him, but whatever. I didn't really.
I emailed everybody. You're the first one to get back to me.
Yeah, the guy literally said something like, "This is the first video I've seen of somebody talking about this album or something." So I don't know if he has Google alerts on his phone or something. Like, come on,
Probably.
one day someone's got to talk about this album. And then I was the guy who finally was like, I haven't done a Corey Feldman video in a while. Oh yeah, he had that weird Truth Movement album. I've never listened to that one. I guess I'll give that one a listen. And there was plenty to work with just from that.
Yeah, it's music. It's so weird.
Well, not only that, but it's Corey, and he always does some weird shit. Like, I don't know if you heard he's got like this 3-part like bit in that album called like OK Part 1, OK Part 2, OK Part 3. They're the weirdest, corniest for someone trying to do like a legitimate music project. They were so weird, it's so corny, so like Corey Feldman trying to do this artsy, deep, artistic concept, and then it just being the cheesy as fuck failed execution. And then on top of all that, he just straight up rips Pink Floyd off throughout the entire album. It's like, I don't know. It's great.
Well, yeah, I mean, he clearly doesn't know where the line between influence and like thievery is, because he openly is like, oh, the Beatles, Pink Floyd, the Beatles, Pink Floyd. It's all he ever talks about is those two over and over and over and over. But then like, he doesn't like let them be an influence that you go like, oh, having listened to that music, now that you say that, I am noticing that. It's like, oh no, you're just like writing a parody song but it's of a song they never wrote. You're trying to like do them without doing them. And it's like, it's essentially Weird Al if you weren't copying a song.
Well, Weird Al, actually, that's a good example. Weird Al has these non-parody songs, but they're called pastiches, where it's in the style of like Nine Inch Nails is close, or amalgamation of Nine Inch Nails songs. There was a song called Germs off his album Running with Scissors.
And I remember that.
It was like 3 Weird Al or 3 Nine Inch Nails songs, like in one amalgamation, and he's singing kind of in the style of it. But when Weird Al does this, it's entertaining and funny.
Well, he's also wearing it on his face. He's saying, guess what, guys? I'm the parody guy. So when you make a song like that, when you make like a genre pastiche or even just a band pastiche, you're like, oh, okay, I understand what this guy's doing. But when you're Corey Feldman claiming to be a legitimate like musician, you can't quite get away with that same thing. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't work. Also, it's all terrible. So it's like it's not even did a good job. Like if he nailed it, it'd be great, but he doesn't nail it.
No. Yeah, and like you said, the Truth Movement was like the closest he ever got musically. Because I mean, even the studio, what was like, I was in some studio that some famous dude recorded something. That Rob guy was telling me that was another detail he told me, and I fucking knew it. Might have been Avril. No, it was Avril Lavigne where she did one of her records or whatever. But I fucking knew that this was a completely different studio than what he used on any of his other albums because, like I said, the music was actually competently recorded, sounded good, but then it's just Corey's shitty gargly vocals over the top of everything, and it just fucking like it's like then it's like it's like when someone's got like a bubble in their throat or something. It's like, oh, just take a sip of water, man. Just drink a sip of water. But his voice just sounds like that, and it always has. And I literally can't unhear it now.
Well, and he has no range because every once in a while you hear him sing, and you're like, by no means is it good, but you're like, oh, he might be singing in his range right here. But it is like laser thin, the range where like he doesn't have to sound like he's straining himself. Yeah. But it barely, so it barely exists. But every once in a while you hear it and you're like, oh, okay. Why doesn't he know this about himself? And like you said, no one's there to ever tell him. And he's clearly delusional. So he's never going to tell himself. I really think that. I think that like even in his old age, he's going to like die a man who feels like he didn't get what he deserved.
Yeah, because
totally. He's never going to. He already feels that way, so he's always going to feel that way more and more. He's never going to get some like lucky late in life Rodney Dangerfield break or something where suddenly he does something right. So he's just going to die being like, I deserved better. And so it's like it's really a shame that he can't be honest with himself. Like, hey man, I know sometimes it's not fun to look at yourself and be like, oh wow, I suck at that, or oh wow, I did a bad job. But like, you've had a long time, man. You got to be bad at a couple things. Like, every once in a while, you need to be able to like look in that mirror and say like, hey, maybe this isn't for me. Just every once in a while. It doesn't have to be everything, but it starts small by admitting it even once in your life.
Yeah,
he can't though. He can't.
You know, I thought on the Low Serve Ill tour that he did, like when he because you know Fred Durst is being like the ultimate like troll in that situation, and they're all like that like round table meet where they're all sitting in the chair. Oh yeah, by the way, shout out to Riffin' on Raph podcast with Octavia and E-Rock. Wanted to shout them out because E-Rock, Jat's executive producer or whatever title you gave him. He was the consigliere that arranged all of this. So I'm giving a shout out. Go and check out their podcast on YouTube or whatever. Riffin' on Raph, the rapper Riff Raff. That is the most specific ass podcast that one could ever make, but they did it, and good for them, you know.
Hey, you got to find a weirdo. They're trying to find their own weirdo.
Yeah, but yeah, so the before, like, they did like a promo video for the Loserville tour, and it had Riff Raff, Fred Durst dressed up in like a nightgown, and Wes Borland dressed up like a cowboy, and then whatever other weirdos they had on there, and then Corey was in there, and I'm watching that, and I'm thinking, dude, you gotta know that this is a big fucking like joke, like, and I think for that he's like, before he's like, okay, we're kind of, you know, clowning on each other, we're goofing on ourselves, that's fine, I got a sense of humor about, you know, myself to a certain degree, but like, I don't know, it was pretty clear in that like sketch, and just, you know, you're working with like Fred Durst, it's like, are you aware of Limp Bizkit? And they're like,
yeah,
you know, it's like, is any of this like registering to you that like you're on here with a bunch of weirdos and people that are more a spectacle than legitimate musicians? Like Eric Clapton's not hitting you up to open for him on
yeah, you know? Like, don't get me wrong, I like Break Stuff and Rollin' as much as the next guy,
right,
but like Limp Bizkit knows when they came up and where they came up, and that they're a genre that is kind of like, I guess a little bit of new metal rap rock stuff is sort of like bubbling up here and there, but they know they had a time and place and they understand that. And they're like kind of admitting it. But like you watch that video and they're all goofing around and they understand it. Like, hey, we can still like go on tour and stuff, but like we understand that we're like, let's have some fun, tongue in cheek. We're losers. Everybody in that video is doing the same thing except Corey. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
And Corey thinks he's goofing around, but even then you can tell that like he really didn't want to. And even just his persona is like, oh wow, he's still like 80% himself, where everybody else is complete cartoon characters. And it's because that's the most you can coax out of him. And like Fred Durst has like directed actors in movies before, and he couldn't coax more than 20% cartoon character out of Corey Feldman, a living cartoon character.
Yeah. It's I don't know. Fucking Corey Feldman. All right. I did not spend those 15 minutes before this writing these other questions down to not use them.
Ask away.
All right. So you've been doing the Jim and Them thing in some form or another for 18 years. What'd you do before that?
Well, so, okay, here's another thing. We've gotten popular lately, but all of us have day jobs. So obviously, like, I don't think of like the show as my job. Obviously, we do a ton of it. We're putting more work into it as we've gotten more popular, but like I always have a day job. Right now I'm working on, I work on video games. So I was working for Take-Two. They're the company that makes like Grand Theft Auto, NBA 2K, Borderlands, stuff like that. I was working for them for a while. They had a huge bunch of layoffs. So now I do contract work. I'm not actually allowed to talk about the projects I'm working on. So it's like not a fun answer.
If you're not going to be, if you're not going to be completely open, then
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm working on Grand Theft Auto 8, but they're skipping straight to 8. That's why 6 is taking so long. No, but yeah, so I work on video games. Before the show, I really didn't do a lot of like creative stuff like that, I guess. Like me and my buddy Jake, who is how I got on the show, we've always enjoyed like improv comedy stuff, not like the modern go to like an improv comedy show type improv, but like we were like middle schoolers in drama class watching Whose Line Is It Anyway? And being like, oh, I see. Yeah, it's fun. It's like I love that type of stuff. And that's what I get to do on the show.
But those guys were like the peak of like most improv is really bad. I think
it's almost all so bad. The fact that they made a show that was good at all is a miracle, and it really speaks to them. But that's what I like doing, and that's what me and my buddy Jake like doing, and so I like doing that on the show. That's my
I was gonna say you guys are you and Jim you guys are like quick, with the jokes. And assuming you just pull it out of your ass as you're going along. I'm guessing this isn't pre-written or anything.
No, I mean Jim does a lot of prep as far as what we're going to show, but we're not like fucking Hollywood Squares or anything. We're not sitting pre-writing jokes. For the most part, we don't fully know what we're watching or what we're doing other than the stuff Jim planned, but he's not sitting there thinking of jokes either. It's just kind of like, I think that's where the funny comes out of.
Yeah, for sure.
And I enjoy that type of humor. I've always said, like, I think I have a good sense of humor. I think I'm a funny guy, but I can never do stand-up. I can't do that type of humor. I can't sit and write a funny joke. Like, I don't know even where I'd begin.
I'm the opposite. Like, I feel like I would just get trampled underfoot if I was to be like on y'all's show, like as like a fourth person or you guys are just too fast for me. And sometimes I'll like watch a show and I'll get like kind of like because I used to do stand up and I used to be a stand up whatever, and I'll get kind of like I always get jealous when someone's like faster than me comedically because like I'm used to always being like the funniest person in any of my groups in real life, not on YouTube.
Sure,
I know I'm not very funny on YouTube, but in real life, I'm busting the jokes out. But then every now and then I'll meet like a gay bartender or someone who's way quicker and way funnier than me.
Sure, yeah, they're super fast. They're insane. They're fucking they're fucking Kaioken fast.
Yeah, like literally in the middle of me retorting back to him a gay thing, he's already turned it around.
Yeah,
and anally assaulted me.
I love that's the type of humor I like. I can't write a joke, but I like that's why often I need other people. It sucks like my favorite thing to do is riff on things and people because that's where the comedy comes from. If I were to just like go up on stage or something, I'd be struggling. I don't even think I could do crowd work type, like which is a very popular thing, I guess, in stand up. Yeah, I couldn't even do that. I don't think.
Yeah, I hate crowd work. I hate when comics do. So yeah, obviously Matt Rife is not anywhere near comics that I fuck with, because that's like basically all he does. But yeah, no, like so for me, it's like when I'm writing my scripts for my YouTube videos I put out, like I have more of a chance to sit down with it and go through the first draft and then go through it the second time, be like, oh, there's a stronger joke in there, and then I can like cultivate them like that. And I think that's better for me than like especially if you're like watching a video and you're like just throwing out quips, like I try to do that on my live streams on Friday, but like I feel like, I don't know, I'm not as good as you guys definitely are.
Well, thank you. That's very flattering hearing someone say like, damn, you guys are quick. Like, because sometimes I have like episodes where I walk out of that thing and I'm like, I am the biggest piece of shit. I've never said something funny in my life. I'm worthless. And but then some weeks I'm like, I deserve to be the president of the planet, and what I say goes because I'm so funny. I'm decent at like writing. Like I grew up playing a lot of Dungeons and Dragons, and I was in something at my high school called the RPG Club. Very cool, very hip, where we'd pass around a notebook where you'd basically like write a collective story where everybody wrote for their character, and you sort of like, someone would write 2 paragraphs and then someone would add on to that. And I did a lot of that, and I enjoyed like creative writing, and I enjoyed creating D&D characters and role playing and stuff, which actually probably scratches the same part of my brain as the improv. But like when back in the day when we used to do like sketches and skits and stuff, I needed a skeleton before I was worth a damn. Like Jim would often write like, hey, here's the, I could take what was there and go, oh, what if we did this? Or what if we had this? Or because then I'm seeing something. I'm working off of something, but just pulling it out of nowhere and that. I am jealous of anyone that can do that. I'm so bad at that.
So let's pivot into the next thing here. Did you grow up?
Am I back?
Yeah, you had cut out for a little. Yeah, it's just intermittent. It's not too bad.
My bad. I was rambling.
I could pretty much decipher what you were talking about for whenever you come back. So, did you grow up in Las Vegas, or did I just dox you?
No. It's fine. Nowadays, everyone's so fucking afraid of being doxxed. I'm always telling people to drop their cross streets. If I find out you're in Las Vegas, I'm like, tell me your cross streets. I want to know. My cross streets, Lake Mead, Buffalo, greatest cross streets on the fucking planet. Everything you want within a 5 or 10 minute walk, bro. It's amazing. But no, I grew up. Oh, so like where two streets cross?
Oh, okay. We don't call them that here. I live in Sweden. I didn't tell you that.
Wait, you live? Wait, really?
No, I live in Florida. I'm just an idiot.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say, I thought you were in fucking Florida. So I grew up in Salt Lake. I grew up in Salt Lake City. I grew up Mormon, actually.
Oh, are you serious?
Yeah, dude. I was baptized when I was 8. So my mom's side of her family was Mormon, and so
you were you were in there with like the dudes who were riding their bikes, knocking on doors.
Yeah. Yeah. I was, I probably almost went on a mission because that's the bike dudes. I was in 7th or 8th grade when like there was basically no Mormonism around me anymore. We moved to Vegas. My mom kind of realized it was sort of a scam. She was very disillusioned by a lot of it. My dad's a big scumbag. And so she was realizing a lot of stuff. Like she probably wouldn't have married him, but she's like, I've got 2 kids that I now love. So like, that's good. But everything else kind of sucks about it. And so I think a part of me, cause I have a bit of a reputation of being kind of a big prude. I'm a vanilla prude. But you wouldn't look at me and expect that. Like, Jeff famously said on the show once, he's like, Mike looks like he'd, party and have fun, but he doesn't. And it's like, that's a good way to describe it. I look like I'd have a lot of fun. But I'm like, straight edge guy who's not like, I'm like, whoa, you want to have sex? How? Other than that, one of the two ways? I don't know, babe. You might be crazy. You want me to pull your what? your hair. Oh God, I don't want to hurt you. I think I have like that Mormon still in me. Like
Yeah.
it's all I'm still like it's still a part of me, even though like I'm covered with tattoos and I make cum jokes every Friday. Like
Dude,
I'm not
I mean,
that guy anymore, but I kind of am.
I was indoctrinated Southern Baptist, so I mean, our upbringings were probably not too dissimilar.
Yeah, so you
Church,
know the change, like the way it goes. Yeah.
yeah, church every Sunday, sometimes Wednesday. When we got really hardcore into it, it was Wednesday night, Sunday morning, Sunday night, and then I went to a Christian school, so it was chapel on Thursday. So I was 4 times a fucking week, and for me, the whole time, even when I was a kid, I was like, I don't think I believe any of this shit actually happened.
Yeah, I was kind of in the same boat. I was like, I don't know if I believe it, but I guess like I treated it kind of the same way I treated like TVs and movies, where I'm like, I know Spider-Man's not real, but like he's entertaining. I like him, so I think that's what church was. Where I was just like, oh, the second I realized they wanted me to believe all of it, like take it very serious, I was like, oh, never mind. Like this is I'm old enough to know. No, this is
I
stupid.
have to,
I
I
thought
have
they
to
were just stories.
I don't know if the Mormon Bible follows the King James Bible in any way, shape, or form. I'm assuming it does. I'm assuming like you had like the Book of Revelations in there and shit.
Book of Mormon's wild, dude, because it's all modern. It's all like it's him making up some weird old
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
Joseph Smith.
yeah, it's Joseph Smith, right? Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. So it's different and it's unique. It carries on some of the old stuff, but for the most part, it's just like that's why everyone treats it almost like Scientology, as far as like the scam, grift thing, is because so much of it is like a dude that like really isn't that like far away in this the span of history from us right
yeah.
now, and so then anyone believes the old stuff is because it was so old. It's been around forever. But yeah, no, the Mormon stuff's crazy.
Damn. All right, so we're gonna get into the next thing here. I'm assuming you came into the music side of things when you were in Vegas when you got a little bit older.
Oddly enough, no. I always tell people. So my dad was a scumbag, but my mom's cool as hell, and her and my dad would just listen to music constantly, like all the time, like 20, just like there was always music playing in my house. Sometimes we'd like end the day being like, "Hey, kids, let's all listen to music," and we just listen to stuff.
God is not blessing his stream right now or his internet connection. Uh-oh. Let's see. This is what happens, you guys. All right, we'll see. We'll see if he comes back here.
All right, can you
All
hear me
right.
now?
All right. Yeah. Yeah. We got you. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on LAN. I don't know why that keeps happening. I'm so sorry.
That's weird. Yeah. Like
Um,
God was not happy about us bad mouthing our religions.
Yeah, I know, right? He's like, "How dare you talk about music now?" But yeah, I had a cool mom, and so I listened to music all the time, and she listened to good music. And by good music, I mean like alternative music that you wouldn't just like. It wasn't just all pop music growing up, and so I've always cited my mom listening to cool music, and then like the Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack,
Oh
and
yeah.
my friend's older brother going to college like 8 years older than all of us, was like he'd come back with cool music. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater soundtrack would have like these bands I'd never heard of, and then my mom would listen to cool bands, and I like those three things came together, and it's like music is so like I know it sounds stupid, like but music's like it's weird when people are like, I don't listen to music. Or like, I
Yeah.
don't really have a favorite band. Or like,
Yeah.
I
That's
just
weird.
listen to what's on the radio. It's like, you're fucking crazy. Music's the best. Music is like I like thank God for fucking like AirPods. I literally have them in my ears 24/7. It's
Yeah.
all it's like it'd be weird. I can't even imagine my life without like music playing in it all the time.
I don't listen to music as much as I used to, like when I was like a teenager and maybe even into my like early to mid 20s when I was like really at the height of like writing music and just diving into like getting good at my instruments. But I still haven't. And I also reached this conclusion recently. I don't think I like any new music, like period. I just think all of it sucks. Like I just don't think there's any more good music for me. Now anyone else, it's you're entitled to your opinion, obviously. But I think around 2015 onward, I just think it all just kind of started sucking.
So I would agree with you and disagree with you only in that, like, you're not wrong, but it's because it's so much harder to find good music.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
also as you get older, your tastes are so, like, they either broaden to the point where you don't love anything, but you can listen to anything. And thank God every day I'm not that person. Those are the worst people I know. People that are like, yeah, I can listen to anything. And you're like, well, who do you like? I don't know.
I like a little bit of all of it, you know.
Yeah, it's like, no, fucking love something, you fucking phony. Like, love something or I'll kill you. I'm pointing a gun. I'm doing the thing where, like, I'm putting a gun and they're like pushing their head up against my gun. But yeah,
I like it all. I like it all. Damn it! Pull the trigger.
Pull it, kill me. It's just like being a psycho. But I think it's harder to find stuff, but stuff also like waxes and wanes. As a pop punk guy, that stuff like peaks and valleys constantly. And like you also like find people that like grew up with that. Like people like Olivia Rodrigo and like Machine Gun Kelly and stuff clearly loved this.
Oh no.
Now they are letting it influence them without actually becoming that thing.
Yeah.
But like bands that I've always, like, my favorite band is Newfound Glory.
Wow.
I came up with them. I've always liked like hardcore music. I've liked punk rock music. I liked pop punk music, and they're the
cursed internet connection. Damn. We weren't talking about religion. Why the hell did the stream get all fucky? All right, we're back now.
I swear I don't have this problem on Zoom. I'm so sorry. I think it's my computer.
This is the free version of StreamYard, but I don't know. I have not had this problem on here before, so I'm going to blame you for it.
I know it's 100% me. Because I'm on just like a laptop. I'm on LAN because I wanted to take this seriously for you. Yeah, I've gotten lucky that the bands I've liked have been consistent over the years, and because of them, you see, I go to shows constantly. Like I'm always trying to go to as many shows as I can. So you find opening bands, or you find bands that, like, you go, oh, let me give them a shot, and then you don't really like them, but then Spotify goes, hey, you listen to that guy, right? What if you'd like this band? So constantly finding bands that way too.
I will say the Spotify algorithm, it is kind of the new way to be discovered, because I myself have admittedly found, now that you mention it, I have found some songs and some artists here and there post 2015 that because of the Spotify algorithm, I'm like, oh, that's actually something that I like. I didn't think they made music like that anymore, right? Because where do you go? There's no monoculture anymore. Let's go to this
that's
one
the worst
thing. Yeah.
No monoculture, and like radio is so, like, I wouldn't say it's dead, but you're not going to find anything on the radio anymore unless you're like listening to you want something hyper specific, or you're that guy we were talking about, the gun to your head guy that can listen to anything. Yeah. The radio's not for anyone anymore.
Even like satellite radio kind of sucks. Like Sirius XM, like I have that in my car, and like they never, like, okay, if you go to like Lithium, which is their 90s alternative rock station, which would be my shit.
Yes.
But what do they play on there? They play fucking like Stone Temple Pilots Plush, or they play like Black Hole Sun by Soundgarden, like the same shit they play on modern rock radio. How about some deeper cuts, man? That's what I thought was supposed to separate you guys.
Or like, hey man, I already know who Silverchair is. Play me today's Silverchair. Play me today's Soundgarden. Right, I don't want to. Yeah, I already know them. I could listen to them. I'm choosing not to. I want to know, like, you guys can't find what. It gives me a little bit of that.
Sorry, you cut off a bit. You said something, something, something gives me a little
Oh,
bit of that.
Spotify gives me that now,
Oh
is
yeah,
where
yeah,
it's not like that. There's some people that all they do is listen to Spotify. Uh, they just go like, I'm just going to put it on random, and that's what they listen to. I'm not a big fan of that either. I'm to the point where even as a music guy, it's stupid, but I can't tell you the names of songs. I can tell you albums, and I can tell you what track they are, because that's how I tend to listen to music a lot. Is I listen to things start to front, and so I like when an album is
yeah.
good front to back. Um, and
You know what's funny?
so
You know what's
that's how
funny?
I
Like
still listen to stuff.
on that note that you're talking about, like when I was younger and I bought physical media, I know the names of every single song that I listened to as a teenager and whenever I stopped buying CDs sometime in my late 20s or whatever. And nowadays, now that I don't have the physical thing and I just listen to it on I can't tell you the name of the song. I'm just like I can barely tell you the artist because yeah, there's not the physical. There was so. I mean, this is such an old hack argument at this point, but there was a physical thing in a store that you had to spend money on, and then you cared about it, so you listened to every track. And I've heard this argument, and it's a true argument, but it's just it's kind of tired at this point. But I mean, it rings true even to this day. It's like, when you have to invest your money into something instead of a $10 a month subscription to everything that's ever existed, like
Yeah,
you're going to care about it more, and you're going to
I do
because
still try to buy music when I can, though, because like I know the spot. As a person who hates the man, but then like often works for the man, like you try to play both sides. I know music, like Spotify is the devil to so many people, where it's like, oh yeah, you listen to our music, you're our biggest fan, and you've never given us a dime, and now we're living in our car. And
yeah,
that's like a thing that artists have to deal with. So I am constantly trying to buy shirts and buy albums if and when they are available. But that only reinforces my bad habit of not knowing the name of any song. But because I can tell you, like, oh yeah, track 4. Yeah, I love track 4. Track 4 is oh my god, you haven't listened to track 4? And they're like, wow, are you stupid? And I'm putting the gun to my head. I'm like, I don't fucking know the name.
yeah. Well, it's like nowadays, dude, if you go in as a band or an artist or whatever, and you don't make money and you're surprised, you might be a little restarted in the head there. It's a
Sure,
yeah, it's a word that rhymes with started. I don't know. Maybe Mike says it. I don't know. It's
I
one
would
of the
never.
one
I
of
would
those gamer
never.
words. But yeah, you're kind of stupid as an artist if you go in and now if you go into try to get into the music industry. First of all, there is no more music industry. There are independent labels
Yeah,
who have connections, and you don't even necessarily need them unless you want to get hooked up on some tour package with bigger, more well-known bands. Like bigger independent labels can help you with that. But for the most part, if you're a band and you got a couple thousand followers or listeners or whatever, that's kind of the best you're gonna that you can hope for nowadays.
well, it seems like what people chase now, especially like bands that are in their latter days. It's like, hey, we've been touring off the same fans for like the last 20 years. Like, we're probably not going to get more, but as long as we're not pieces of shit, we won't lose them either. It's very rare that, like, there's this band called The Paradox. Are you familiar with them?
Mm-mm.
So they're a bunch of like black teenagers that are like making a Blink 182 style pop punk band.
Weird.
And they released one video. Everyone's like, whoa, this is weird for unfortunate but obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
But because of that, people found their music, which was good. And now they're like, they were number one on one of the Billboard Rock Alternative charts. LeBron James was like, hell yeah, boys, you guys are great. I listen to you while I practice. And like, they're going on Warped Tour. And like, that doesn't happen very often to bands of that ilk anymore. But odds are, a band like that, the fans they have now, they can just go, cool. We don't need to like be like selling out stadiums. We're not trying to be fucking U2 or Metallica where we do 3 concerts every 2 years, but they all have fucking 500,000 people
Yeah, because
there. Like,
that's just never gonna
yeah,
happen
no,
anymore.
you
Like,
need to, you need your 30,000 fans, and then hang on to them as hard as you can for as
yeah.
long as possible.
Yeah, yeah. I call them like legacy bands. Like anytime a legacy band like hits some kind of number of like, oh, Foo Fighters, yeah, of course they did, because
Yeah.
they were around back when there was a monoculture, and they have this pre-installed base of like 2 million fans, and then they have kids, and they play that music, and then their kids hear it. And like my dad listened to like so much shit that I got turned on to, Pink Floyd being one of those bands. So like parents have a huge influence on what the kids end up listening to. And so it's like legacy bands that shit doesn't really impress me anymore, because it's like, yeah, of course, like, you know, like they're like the name brands, and now there's a bunch of, I don't know. It's like I heard this phrase one time, and I think it's like 100% accurate. It's like, with the internet, the good news is that everyone can make music. The bad news is that everyone can make music. And it's like, yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, like our band, Dancing with Ghosts, like, well, I named this channel after, like, we're still around. We're still putting out shit. I think we have like 450 monthly listeners on Spotify. And it's like, at this point, I don't give a shit anymore. It's like, that's fine. Whatever. I like writing songs. I like playing live. I don't ever want to not have the experience of playing my own music live to, you know, people who want to hear it and buy our merch. And as an artist, independent artist nowadays, if you don't have merch, you're fucking stupid. You really need to get on top of that. That's the only way you're going to make any kind of money is, you know, buying 50 t-shirts for $11 each and selling them for $30 each. That's the only way to make money now. They all do it. But yeah, because you don't make anything from the door. Were you ever in a band?
So I was in a bunch of bands in like high school, you know, just like, oh, let's do this, let's do that. Only two of them ever like where we were playing live shows. I think I told this on the Streamathon. I think I even told maybe I told you this story. I was in the band Panic at the Disco.
Oh yeah, you did briefly mention that, right? Yeah,
very. Because like we opened for them for their very first show. Long story, incredibly short. Their bass player sucked. He was a flake. They were going to go on tour. They needed someone to fill in for them while they figured stuff out. I knew their stuff. I did that for them. For life reasons, I couldn't follow them any further, but I was happy to see them succeed. But I was in and out of a lot of bands,
was this
just like having fun with me and my friends.
With the Panic thing, was this before the whole "A Fever You Can't Sweat Out" mega album dropped? It was before that.
Yeah, so Fever You Can't Sweat Out. I remember. So the reason I like knew those guys is because obviously we're all from Vegas. I worked at Hot Topic, the Hot Topic on the Strip, and my manager was their keyboard player, who no one in the world knows because he didn't want to be huge. He wanted to play fun music. And he's like, hey, Mike, you should listen to my band. So he played it for me on his iPod. These are like old, early demos. And I was like, oh, wow, this is kind of cool. It's like you guys are doing like an 80s keyboard thing, but with like almost like a pop rock thing. Like, okay, good for you. Like, this is fun.
Panic at the Disco have keyboards in their music at any point?
They had a shitload of electronics in it. And that's kind of ended up becoming like one of their touchstones and one of the hardest things for them to deal with, because once he didn't want to, they got huge out of nowhere on MySpace. Early days of that being even possible. And their keyboard is, I don't want to be that guy. Can I just be the manager? And so they had to play against a pre-recorded track, and they didn't know how to do that because they'd never played live. And so either way, long story short, yes, I had heard a bunch of the Fever You Can't Sweat Out stuff ahead of time. And I wasn't surprised when they became very popular on the internet, because
Brandon
it was
Urie
clear
alone,
they were doing something.
Right? As Brandon Urie's the singer, I believe. Is that right?
Yeah, he's so fucking talented. He's good at everything too. He's good at literally everything.
Because like the biggest thing with like local bands, and I'm sure that maybe that's what you considered them at that point, is like a local band to, I guess, Las Vegas or whatever. Local bands, like the thing that always impresses me the least is usually the vocalist, because like finding like a naturally talented like singer is like the fucking hardest part about, you know, finding that X factor.
Oh yeah,
band. Yeah. So like hearing
early bands with bad singers.
Oh yeah, it's more often than not. That's why there's so many fucking metal bands out there, like locally. In any local situation you're at, there it's mostly going to be metal bands. because it's really
Well, if you
hard
look
to
at power
sing
metal
well.
bands, there's like 5 singers and 30 bands because it's like those 5 guys just jump from every band.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean that's how it is in Orlando, in the Orlando music scene, which is, I don't live in Orlando, but like it's like 2 hours away, so we play there all the time. And yeah, there's just the drummers are all whores there. They're all in like 5 bands at any given time and all that. But yeah, like they're all metal though, and it's because of like screaming. You can get to a point to where you can scream decently. Singing is something you actually have to be born with the right vocal cords and sinus cavity and all the things that contribute to what a voice sounds like. You have to just be born with that. I mean, you can do obviously vocal, like take vocal lessons and all that, but if your voice inherently has it, it's going to have whatever tone it has. And so like when you find someone like say like a Brandon Urie or something, it's like you want to hold on to that, because it's like, damn, you know, these kind of singers don't come along like every day. So, or a Billy Corgan from the Smashing Pumpkins, because I think he has a really cool voice. It's a complete opposite side of the coin, because a lot of people thinks it sounds awful. I think it sounds cool as shit. Like that's what got me into that band. But yeah, I don't know.
Brendan's good at everything. So like it didn't surprise me to see him go from like a band that was so big it had no choice but to implode. Then it imploded, and then he became a giant like star on his own. He did Broadway shit. He was doing songs with fucking Taylor Swift. He's like, I'm not surprised at all. You knew it way back then. Like again, I'm like 21 at this time or something like that. Yeah, and you knew it back then. You're like, oh, if this band doesn't work out, he's gonna be okay because he can also play everything. Yeah, and so it's like he could just go be a guy if he wanted to, and just on his own, and he would never need anyone.
Just him, and he could gay marry Adam Lambert, and they could just have a happy life together.
They'd have the cutest kids. They'd have the sexiest man kids.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to start a rumor right now that Brandon Urie from Panic at the Disco and Adam Lambert are the same person.
Oh, interesting. I'm going to say that they're also both Marshmallow.
Oh yeah, the DJ with the
under the mask.
Yeah, it could very well be.
I think I guess he has a marshmallow mask. Yeah, that's Brendan Urie / Adam Lambert.
Yeah, trans Adam Lambert, Brandon Urie. I don't know what's going on right now. So like, what are your thoughts on like Las Vegas's music scene?
Well, it's weird because it's transient. We're an entertainment town, but we're a very different kind of entertainment town, right? So like, it's not that we don't have local bands, but very rarely do our local bands go anywhere. And when they do, it's like the Killers build themselves like out of Las Vegas because a couple of the dudes lived here, right? But a couple of the dudes didn't live here. And it's not like they played local shows all the time and then got popular. Like that's not how it worked. Same with, I think, what's that other big band? Imagine Dragons. I think 2 of the guys are from Vegas, and they sometimes say they're from Vegas. They're not from Vegas. That's not how. They're not. So it's like there have been a couple of decent bands that come out of Vegas. It's not horrible, but I don't know. People.
But like you said,
I grew up jealous of like California.
Yeah, well, yeah. I think that everyone wants to do that LA thing. I was telling my friend about this the other day. I interviewed this guy I knew who lived in Jacksonville, in my city in Florida, and I'm about to give you my address, so everyone get ready to type that down. Now, like he did the whole Los Angeles thing where he moved out to Los Angeles. He lived there for like a year to try to make it or whatever. Did not play a single show and spent his time recording like fucking wide-eyed young people like, oh, gee whiz, I'm in Los Angeles. He like recorded him in like South Central LA at his shitty, dilapidated house he was living in with his roommate. And it was still something like $2,000 a month or something like that. And it was just this piece of shit house in like the worst part of LA.
Jesus.
And like he never played a single show. And like he just had these thoughts that like when he went to LA, he was going to somehow build this mega show that was going to be his big opening to the world. Like, here I am, here's my show. And then he just never played like a coffee house or like a local small shit venue or an open mic. He never did any of that. You never did any of the work that you have to do in any city to build up your name and reputation before people are going to give you that kind of chance. He just thought it was going to somehow like happen for him, and he just ended up wasting a shit ton of money and like a year of his life. And they moved back to Jacksonville and has pretty much given up on music ever since. And it's just like, I don't think LA's it anymore for the music scene. I don't know. I think it's on your phone with the internet.
I mean, yeah, that is definitely the thing. Or getting lucky. Like I even mentioned that Paradox band. They got lucky. They got completely lucky that they looked a certain way, surprised people, and then just so happens that they made good music. What about like Florida? Because like I know, again, I'm a new NFG guy. They're from Coral Springs, and I know a lot of like bands come from Florida that are in like the bands that I listen to very often talk about being from Florida. So I would have, but also Florida is like sneaky big. So it's probably hard to say like what the scene is like.
Well, so like North Florida has its own kind of thing than South Florida. North Florida encapsulates like Orlando, Jacksonville, kind of sort of Tallahassee. And then there's all these like smaller, like Gainesville is a college town. That's where Tom Petty came from, and Against Me came from. Was from Gainesville.
Less Than Jake.
Oh, did they? Yeah, I think that sounds about right. But yeah, it's it's just like I think the music scene question is probably the same in any city that you're in. 15 years ago, it was totally a thing, totally existed. People wrapped around the block at local venues to catch like a local band that, built up a fan base, and people would come out very excited to see the band. And they just don't do that anymore. And I honestly feel like the scene boils down to the individual people who come out to shows. Those people are the scene. There is no like centralized. There used to be like a centralized hangout spot in Jacksonville where all the artists, all the freaks, all the weirdos, all the tatted folk like yourself may hang out. It was called 5 Point. And it's just been gentrified to hell. A lot of the cool venues shut down. And now literally like, because I just did an interview for my band for some local magazine, and they're like, so what do you think is the benefit of the Jacksonville music scene and blah, blah, blah. I was like, well, I would like to know where the Jacksonville music scene is in this city. Can you tell me? I'd love to know. I don't think I think we got a ways to go with our music scene, and I just at this point it's like the people who want to pay money to go see your band they are literally keeping it like on live support. That's how it is out here. Now I think in Orlando it's a little better.
That tracks.
Yeah,
like that Orlando feels similar to us. Where like at this point we don't even like get as many touring bands.
But you know what fucking pisses me off? You know what pisses me the fuck off about this whole music scene thing is when a national comes through. Okay, so we do have a Coliseum here. We have a smaller like amphitheater. We have just a regular music like theater for that's like maybe a 2,000 or 3,000 seater. We have a bunch of like semi-big music venues, and then we have smaller music venues, and then really small music venues. So our city can house artists of any caliber. So Elton John's come through here, and he went to the Coliseum. Fucking Bert Kreischer, that fucking unfunny schlub of a comedian, came through and he played at the Coliseum. I fucking hate Bert Kreischer. Not funny at all. The Machine, and I take my shirt off. That's so hilarious. But
got him.
Yeah, got him. Yeah. Bert Kreischer just caught a stray on the Dancing with Ghosts live on Saturday. Yeah, I like that. But no, like, so say like there was this indie band called the XX. I don't know if you ever heard of them.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. So the XX came through. They played at the Florida Theater, which is like a 2,000 to 3,000 seater. Primus has played there. And when the XX played, my friend had a free ticket. Now, I'd never heard of them at the time, but I was like, fuck it, it's a free show. I'll go and check it out. Dude, I'm sitting here looking at, and this was like, I don't know, let's say 2017. I'm looking at all these like millennial, trendy dressed, tattoos with their IPAs before the show starts, out just like 100, 200 them outside the venue. I wanted to get on a fucking like ladder with like a fucking megaphone and be like, where the fuck are you motherfuckers when there's a normal ass show going on in your fucking city? Where are you motherfuckers at? Why do you only come out for nationals? Like you are literally the problem. Like you only care about it when it's like certified, served up to you on a golden platter on Spotify, but you will not put any fucking work into like actually going out and like pounding the pavement or just saying like, fuck it, let's let's see if there's something going on this week with live music and just go give it a try or whatever. It's like they only literally come out when it's like a known, time tested kind of thing, and that's really fucking annoying. Because I start to sometimes I wonder, it's like,
well, yeah, we have.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, keep going. Sorry.
Sometimes I even wonder, I'm like, I don't know, is there even a population of people who fit the description of like the people who would be into this artsy kind of music? Do they even live in Jacksonville? Is it just a bunch of old retired people or whatever? Or people who are into the hip hop music?
I feel like that's why festivals have become a thing.
Well, right,
like
yeah.
Festivals are like the thing now for that reason.
Yeah,
it's centralized. It's huge. You try to draw as many people as you can for a couple days, and then you don't have to. Basically, you do the thing that you're saying. Like, yeah, we also agree. Where the fuck are these people? I guess we'll just make things that those people will show up to, and then, but then that kind of like creates the rule that everyone follows that rule, and then no one goes to anything but that anymore.
Yeah. I mean, and right, because it's like because they have the big font and then the font gets smaller and then smaller, and even in that small font, people are going to see like, oh, I like that band, and they might even be like, sometimes they're even like just really big locals with like a really big following, and they somehow got on that tour or that festival, and so people will go out and just see them there. And I mean, speaking to just like tour culture in general, how like the ticket pricing has gotten insane. And a lot of these bands, a lot of these legacy bands, I'm talking about like the B and more C-level bands. I'll just take like Butt Rock, for example, like a band like Disturbed. I don't think Disturbed can go out on their own anymore and have it be super financially viable. So what you see is like Disturbed with, what was that one fucking band that's always like Head PE and
Stained and Taproot and
yeah, exactly.
Chevelle.
They all they just go out this giant package to draw like as most people they can, because they can't go out and tour on their own anymore and have it be financially viable. They probably break even or lose money, and that's just how it is. That's how people would rather do X, Y, and Z other thing now, when back in the day it was like going to see those bands or going to see like one of those B or C level bands, they could still do that on their own and still make money. And that's not the case anymore. Head PE, by the way, is like notorious for fucking doing the pay to play shit with local bands. What they'll do is they'll go through a city. I believe they allegedly do this. I can't prove it, but I know they do. But anyway, yeah, they'll come through a city, and the promoter will be like, all right, let's get 3 like local bands that are like hungry, that think that this is a really big opportunity for them to open up fucking Head PE, man. Like they had like that song Bartender like 20 years ago. But anyway,
25 years ago.
Yeah. And they'll make they'll pimp these bands out and make them sell 50 tickets each. And they're like, oh, any amount you sell over 50, you can keep that. You can keep that money. You just pocket that. They know those bands aren't going to be able to move 50 tickets each, but they move however much they can move, and they take that money and go, thank you, give it straight to the promoter, who takes a cut, and then it goes to the band. And that's there's so many bands that do that, but Head P's like, they're pretty up there as one of the more notorious ones. I fucking hate that shit. It's very predatory.
First Burt Kreischer and then Head PE. Josh the Legend Killer taking down everybody's heroes.
Dude, just stay out of my way, man. Stay the fuck out of my way. Hey man,
Uh,
you can still leave, bro. Like, you know, you don't have to go down in this ship with me, man. I'm giving you an out right now. But like, I'm going for all the big dogs.
just don't talk about Kitty and Static X and Godsmack. I mean, don't go after after the bands I remember.
Fucking
My
Kitty.
bad high school butt rock bands.
Did you own a Kitty CD?
I saw them play a Vegas bar recently.
Oh, really? I fucking guarantee you there is not a
What's
singular
happening?
original member in that band.
Ah, shit. Probably not. That's actually the other bummer thing about bands is how inconsistent the lineups are. Again, not to keep going back to it, but that's what I like about New Found Glory is one guy's gone for like the worst reason of all time, but otherwise they've had one lineup the entire time. And I think that's probably helped their consistency. And it's very rare with bands when you see a band have a singular lineup.
Oh, you know, I just realized
any extended period of time at all.
No, yeah, that's that. I mean, and that's why I was like stoked when like Tom rejoined Blink-182 and they kicked Matt Skiba out because like, dude, Tom DeLonge is Blink-182. Like he wrote all the like most of the songs that people like about that band. Everyone likes Tom's voice more than Mark's for the most part, in my opinion. I mean, I don't know, but anyway, the fuck was I gonna say? Shit, I had a point that I was about to make.
You're probably going to destroy somebody's livelihood, I think.
Yeah. No. Well, knowing Bert Kreischer and how insecure of a person he is, he probably will comment on this live stream after after it's out. What the fuck?
I see. I don't know anything about that comedy world at all.
Oh yeah.
So
No, I remember.
I'm learning stuff.
Okay, yeah, he's just this. I don't know how the fuck he's blown up. In like the 90s, Rolling Stone did a write-up on like the craziest partier in the country, and it was in Gainesville, it's University of Florida. And the Rolling Stone crew went there and they're like, who's the craziest party guy here? And everyone's like, oh, you gotta talk to this Bert Kreischer guy. And he got like an article written up and it got like national attention. Will Smith ended up representing the dude. He was on a bunch of like those throwaway MTV shows, and then somehow or another he got an early Joe Rogan pot, like when Joe Rogan was still in like his apartment with like no lighting and shit, like the very earliest of the Rogan shit. And then he just, I don't know, he just blew the fuck up. I don't really know the whole story of his come up, but like, yeah, he's if you're in the comedy world, he's pretty much a fucking hack and horribly unfunny, and I don't understand anybody likes him. But no, I remember what I was gonna say now. Did you ever watch because this is who you fucking remind me of, but
sure.
But I will say you're better looking than he is, if that does anything for you. Did you ever watch the Punk Rock MBA?
All right. Yes, yeah. Dude, that dude, you know what like happened to that guy, right?
Yeah, he was pretty much like, this is all bullshit. I never cared about it to begin with. This is all a scam, or I'm just a big shill. I don't care. I'm looking into getting into like B2B SaaS, which is like systems as services or some shit. Like he's like trying to be like I almost felt like he had like crypto bro energy or something. And he's just like, yeah, I never cared about any of this. And
yeah,
like,
that's what it feels like.
Yeah, and it's like, wow, you literally, I almost don't believe that, man. Like I watched enough of his videos. It's like
I don't either.
Like that guy likes music. Like he had opinions.
Yeah, I agree. I don't always agree with his opinions, but he clearly like knows things and liked stuff. Yeah. And so I don't agree with that either. I think he just crashed out, and that's what he decided to say. Because which is weird because it sounds like I'm defending him, but it's kind of just like I don't buy that story. But I'll gladly take that. That guy that I didn't always agree with what he was saying, but I liked when I agreed with him. I liked him.
Yeah. Well, I just felt like he was he always veered to the anytime he could take a middle of the road approach, he would. I felt like it seemed
that's true.
Yeah, like he was like afraid to like really like truly like give his negative opinion on anything. He'd just always have a caveat of like, it's still valid. It's still, blah, 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 but it's not what I'm into and blah, blah, blah. It's like, no, man, shit on something.
Yeah.
Like that's what
Like
I want to do.
you were talking about Blink. I think everything after Enema of the State is atrocious. I'm that guy where like Blink's been making bad music longer than they ever made good music. So by the time Tom rejoined, it's like, who cares? They've been bad for 20 years. But I love the old stuff.
I think
Love the old stuff.
Neighborhoods was a good record. That was one after their self-titled one that everyone owns with the smiley face. Ugh. And their album after that one I thought was pretty good, and it was pretty unique. But a lot of people at that point said, "Oh, they sound too much like Angels and Airwaves at this point," which was Tom's like side band or whatever.
Yeah, and, I was tapping out by the time "Take Off Your Pants and Jacket" happened because it was clear that Tom wanted to be Angels and Airwaves. Like when he went off and made that band, it was like, oh yeah, no shit, this just sounds like what they were starting to sound like on "Take Off Your Pants and Jacket." So I was already tapping out, but I also know I have extremely specific music taste. So like I wanted them to be fast and fun, and they stopped being fast and fun.
Yeah,
and so
you're a purist, man.
It's more me thing.
Yeah, you're a pop punk purist. That's I mean, if New Found Glory is your favorite band, hey, I like a lot. I mean, I like not a lot of pop punk. I like some pop punk, like Millencolins, one of my more, and that's a Tony Hawk.
Hell yeah,
that got me into them. I have 2 of their CDs. Trying to think what else. Anyway, let me get to some of these super chats here because apparently I'm offending some people by not reading them. All right, from the Supreme Pizza King, $20 super chat. Oh, thank you. Now that Corey has finalized his divorce from Courtney, how long will it take him to marry Adrian Skye, and how long will it take that to end in divorce as well? Any predictions?
I think they will probably get married, and I doubt it will last very long. Like I know that's not a hot take; it's pretty obvious, but like she's young. And I won't say young and talented, but like she's clearly too talented to be with him, even if she was untalented. So I think that, but also I think he wants to marry her because he wants to marry everyone. So I think they'll get married.
At his age, you got to be thinking like, is this the last 20-something-year-old pussy I'm ever gonna like dive into? Like, is this the last? Because there's gonna be a last one eventually. There's gonna be
eventually. You never know, though. You never know when it's the last time.
All right. I mean, sometimes I have these questions, We got Amy Noble, 99 cents. Thank you very much. I'll buy me a knick-knack. The Max Murderer, $2. Oh, Bumna. Love you, Joshy and Mike. Thank you for that. Thank you.
Thank you, Max.
$10. Nikki P, super sticker. All right, thank you. I think it was a smiley face if I'm remembering correctly. I was side-eyeing the chat. Antonio Peaches, $2. We have to get Frankie Frayne into this other channel that I'm friendly with called Red Cow. So like I guess the gimmick, I don't want to call it a gimmick because like I legitimately wanted to talk and make a video about it. Do you know the Angry Video Game Nerd is?
I know the name, but only because I make video games. I feel bad. I don't dislike these people. I just don't know shit about anything.
Right, and it sucks whenever I have to like explain this shit to like people in real life. Like I'll be like out at a bar or something because that's the only places I go because I'm a degenerate alcoholic. That's my only example for any experience. So I was at a bar one time and I saw this fucking 3-legged dog. I was at a bar one time and I was like, explaining to some crack whore what I did for a living, and I was like, do you know who the Angry Video Game Nerd is? Now he's an old school YouTuber, and like he got really popular and then he started to fall off, and now it's like it's kind of more entertaining to goof on him. I wouldn't say insult him, but to like goof on him and to kind of poke fun at him than it is to like
That's actually the trajectory.
Yeah. So this other YouTube channel and myself, we both kind of like got the base of our fan base from doing videos about this guy. So yeah, anyway. And I don't think Frankie cares about Corey Feldman whatsoever. Jen Stowe, 9.99. Oh, thank you for that. Appreciate it. And now we got a big dog. Brace yourself. 50 Canadian for Smurfy. Oh. Oh my God. Mike's getting none of it. I'm just kidding. Or maybe, I don't know. I might give him the 9.
I'm getting blown away by it.
Yeah, that's all he's getting, blown away by it. Find me a dictionary in Corey Feldman's house with success in it. Hell, find me a dictionary.
Yeah, you just get to be blown away by it.
Yeah, no, I don't know anyone with a.
Here's a dictionary. That'd be ridiculous.
I have a German English dictionary because I was like obsessed with that shit when I was a teenager for some reason. Well, Rammstein was and is one of my favorite bands. Mario Smells, $20. Our job is to catalog Corey. I'm guessing that's a
Jim and them guy. Yeah, I mean that is kind of we call ourselves historians because like we are kind of carrying the torch. Yeah, it's good, right?
I mean, he has Corey to everything at this point. Might as well.
So yeah, we're carrying the torch because I feel like the good and the bad. We're making sure that everyone knows about this guy in a way that they probably wouldn't have otherwise because he lives in the cracks. He hides in the darkness.
And then I'll pop in and talk about him if he does something music related. But other than that, like I don't give a shit about.
Well, it's funny too because he would say that's what he does. So the idea that you're like, yeah, if he does something music related, he's like, that's all I ever do. Joshy, talk about me.
Yeah, I mean, you guys like I see your thumbnails all the time popping up, and it's like, them Jim and them boys found another angle. How do they keep finding shit to talk about? They did it again.
We do our best.
Supreme Pizza King coming in with another $20. Oh, if you hate Matt Rife, well then buckle up because I have an even worse low effort crowd worker, Morgan J. I've never even heard of that person, Morgan J. Okay, worse than Matt Rife.
Google.
Okay. Yeah, who is this Morgan J individual?
J.
I think I can pull up. I don't know. Is it worth me pulling up a video on this dude? I can do this on this app. Come to find out.
I was gonna say he doesn't look familiar, but also I don't know anything about anything unless we're talking about video games. I don't know shit or music. Video games and music. I'm in these narrow lanes. I don't know anything about anything. I'm worthless.
We got another 20 there from Cerebral P over days. It amazes me how many Mormons drink iced tea and Diet Coke in denial that there's caffeine in it.
So I will say the caffeine thing has gotten, again, I'm not Mormon anymore. Haven't been Mormon for a long time, but I know that stuff. And the caffeine thing was never pushed very hard. I know that there's the goof of like, oh, they only drink 7-Up instead of Sprite because there's no caffeine in it. But that's like, that was, I mean, I lived in literal Salt Lake City. Like I lived in the Mormon Mecca. And that was like, even the most hardcore Mormons I knew weren't thinking about caffeine. So like, I know that some people are psychos about that, but modern day, even like a lot of Mormons are like okay with trans people and gay people and stuff now. Like it's becoming slightly more progressive, but like the caffeine thing was kind of never a thing. Also, I don't mean to say like they're cool now. They're not cool. They're not cool. They're not good. But like even they have like mellowed out about shit over the years.
I think these guys in these organized religions, they kind of like especially as the elders die and then the younger people become the middle-aged people, and they kind of realize that if we want to keep this thing going, we kind of got to like modernize it a little bit for the kids, you know. So the Baptist churches here in like Florida, they'll have like the cool youth pastor man with the tattoos, and there's like a half pipe behind him on the the pulpit, and he's like dropping in, like, hey, what's up, guys? Jesus rocks, man, and I got tattoos. Man, I like heavy rock and roll guitars too, man. And everyone's like, wow, he's speaking our language. Maybe there is something to this whole Jesus thing after all. Like I think all religions at some point have to kind of, unless you're like Middle Eastern, I don't know what the fuck they're doing out there, but as far as Western religions, I think they all kind of have to modernize. Well,
it's like Mormons have the missionaries too, and so missionaries are like 16-year-old kids, 18-year-old kids, right? And you can only do so much to change a Gen Z's person's mind on just like regular shit. So at some point in time, you kind of have to move to where they are because they're not going to move to where you are. So it's that stuff. I don't mean to like dunk on this guy who was talking about caffeine. I was just kind of letting him know, like, I promise you that was never as much of a thing as people say.
Cerebral Pete coming back in, giving away all his money to me. That's fine. I'll take it. Vinyl or merch is the way to go if you want actual money to go to the artist. 110%. Yep. And even with like say like shirts, for instance, the artist is still front loading the cost of 100, like all 100 of those shirts. Like you're paying the upfront cost, hoping that you sell all 100 of them.
Yeah.
But if
and venues are getting worse with the rev share too, being like, hey, like there are some fucking places in like New York and shit that are like 80% rev share, and you're like, are you fucking kidding me? You're some hole in the wall venue that like can fit 300 people, and you're trying to get this fucking guy to be like, hey, I made $200 in shirts, and I have to give 180 of that to you. Get fucked. So some of these, even with that stuff, getting mad.
That is insane. I can't fucking believe that. I have another. Crazy. I have another an interesting merch related tale. We've opened for several nationals throughout our career.
And you don't have to put it in quotes. You can just say it. I'm here for it, man.
I'll put it in quotes. It's safely in quotes. So the national bands will do this thing where if you're playing with them, if you're opening for them, whatever, if you're part of their show, they do this thing where they make all the other bands on the bill. They have to price their merch at the exact same price that the national band is selling it.
That's so annoying.
To me, it screams of like the level of insecurity of that artist. Like the kid's going to be there and you're the national and you're selling your fucking shirts at $45 and we sell our shirts for $25. And well, if you're there to see the fucking national, like, why would you be like, well, the opener was pretty good, and I don't quite have $45. I'll just buy one from. Oh, God forbid you help out a local band that isn't as famous as the national. I don't understand that whole.
That sucks. That's a bummer. I hate.
Yeah, we've had to do that a few times, and we felt really like bad about it, but then what we noticed was people still bought our shit for that price, and it's like, what the fuck?
That's good, but it's also like sometimes there's these local bands are like, hey, this isn't worth $45, and now I have to sell it for $45. So like you can look at it and tell that it's a worse shirt. You can just tell that this didn't cost as much as even their cheap thing, and now I have for $45. Fuck me. I'm gonna look, and no one knows that. We can't tell you that. We have to pretend. So that sucks.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not gonna name drop here because I've done that too much. But I had a direct experience with this band. I will not name them, but we played a show one time for a national. They're like a more in the gothier kind of moody genre, and they put on like one of the worst shows I've ever seen. I thought they have one like really big hit that a lot of people in that community like, and I think that was like kind of their only hit song. And they had like because I'm thinking like, all right, they're gonna have this great stage show and lighting and all that, dude. They had like a red like light that like just washed the stage with red. That was the whole light show. They acted so bored the entire time they played, and people were literally, everyone was looking at their phones like this until they got to the last song, which was the big hit, and then everyone got engaged. And they had this black, the shirt company Gildan. It's like the cheapest,
like the cheapest shirt there is.
Yeah, it feels like you're wearing a cardboard box. It was a Gildan shirt with the band's logo, single color. The graphic was like small as fuck. They're selling their shirts for like $35, and people were just buying them the fuck up. And I'm like, bro, they are making like probably like, because they buy in way more bulk than our band does, and the more you buy in bulk, the cheaper the shit is. They were probably making like $30. Those shirts probably cost them $5 to make, and they're making $30 off of it. And it was just like, dude, you guys are literally just like, you want to talk about grifting. They didn't name the band though, so.
I saw Alien Ant Farm play with bands I wanted to see, and they were so bad. They were so embarrassingly bad. Everyone was bored. Everyone was on their phones, and the singer got mad at everybody. And then their merch was the worst out of everybody's merch. So I'm just going to pretend you were talking about them. That's what I've decided to do.
Sure. That reminds me, my first band I was like ever in when I was like 15, we were going, because our trajectory was going so well that we were going to open for the band that opened for Alien Ant Farm. That was like, yeah, that was our big.
Those quotes away, dude. You don't deserve those quotes. You're a real band.
Oh, that band doesn't exist anymore. That was the real band.
But still, you earned it. You earned no more quotes for the rest of your days.
The opening for the band that opened for fucking Alien Ant Farm that did 3 music videos for that song Movies. Like they're really trying to push that one outside of Smooth Criminal. And they made 3 separate fucking music videos for that song. It was crazy.
I remember that because they released for Smooth Criminal, then again after Smooth Criminal, then again after releasing it again after Smooth Criminal, because they're like, guys, we have other songs. And it's like, you're bad.
There's like one where they're at like a house party, and then there's another one where they're like on a sound stage, and then the third one they're at the movie theaters, and like the people are, and that one was like the big budget one. It was like so corny. Just a corny.
Yeah, they suck. They're bad. They're real bad. They're like, I was astounded how bad it was.
Man, would you ever consider though, like getting the lead singer's hairstyle where he just shaves like a pussy landing strip down the center of his hair? Like that was cool.
When I saw him, he had a hat on, and whenever he took it off, it really he looked like a little kid who was just like cutting her doll's hair, however. And I was just like, man, that's a wild look to go for when you're probably 10 years older than me, and I feel like I'm too old for like anything like cool anymore.
It's the brand, man. It's what, if he didn't have that, people would be like, what the fuck? Where's
you're not hair? Crazy anymore, dude. Be crazy again.
God, I'm lost in the sauce here. Where am I at?
Where are you at?
Oh wait, there I am. I found it. Okay. Max Murder, $5. My theory is Finn McCunty imploded his own channel to get ahead of some bad PR he thinks might happen. I mean, that would have to be some pretty fucking bad PR to just nuke your whole channel. Because that
when he was fairly big.
Oh yeah, dude, that guy was doing really good numbers. I would love to have a channel like it, like that.
Again, I don't know shit, and I knew who he was, so like that tells you that he was someone.
Yeah. When Mike Steele knows who you are, then you can take the quotes away from your career.
Yep.
Bob Seger, the actual Bob Seger, I can only assume. $1.99. Well, he hasn't put out anything in a while, so that tracks.
It's just generous that he's putting out what little he still has, the Bob Seger.
Yeah, just here's some royalties from Night Moves. The Supreme King, Pizza King, just opening them coffers tonight, $5. Is Mike looking forward to a remake of Fallout 3 or New Vegas more? Are they doing remakes of those?
They haven't officially said so, but Microsoft owns Obsidian. And Obsidian made New Vegas, and New Vegas was better than any of the Bethesda Fallouts, so it would be a wise thing for them to do. I would say New Vegas more. New Vegas would be a perfect remake game. Also, I just recently beat Avowed, which was Obsidian's modern day Skyrim-ish, like Skyrim meets Mass Effect kind of video game. It's fantastic, like really, really good. And so I think they do well for themselves too, especially now that the Fallout TV show is popular and tons of people like that never knew about Fallout at all are like looking to play Fallout stuff. I think a New Vegas remake would be a fantastic idea.
I tried playing New Vegas on the 360, and I don't know what. I think it's probably my fault somehow, but I just couldn't get into it.
Back then, or you like tried to go back and play it?
No, it was back then.
Oh, okay.
If I went back, I might be. Right now, I'm like loving Resident Evil 9, the newest.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that one's really good. They lost their way there for 5 and 6. Even though I still like 5 and 6, a lot of people say they like. I still like them, but
I thought 6 kind of sucked. I loved 5, but I like the co-op thing they were going for. I enjoy at that time. Me and my buddy were playing so many co-op games, so 5 is like for me, like, oh, cool, I get to play 4 with someone else. So
true that. All right, we got another one for we got the Hollywood Nights in the Hollywood Hills. Bob Seger's giving us some more of his royalties. Mike, if Feldman dies, would Jim and them end?
Definitely not. Jim and them existed for 16 years without Feldman, and we could exist for another 16 after he's gone. But also, he leaves a legacy that never ends because we can talk about that clown forever and ever and ever.
Talk
so
about his corpse. Like, look, he's
Yeah.
rotting weird. Who rots like that? It's not Corey.
They did a bad job of putting makeup on him in that open casket. What do you guys think he looked like? Which celebrity would you compare him to?
I don't honestly. He already. All right, I said this before. He already looks like when like a body is in like a casket and it's like kind of shriveled up and it looks a little different than what it looked like.
We said that he looks like a ventriloquist dummy or an open casket funeral corpse. Like he looks like both of those all the time.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. It's like the dude went from like handsome to just ghoulish in a short period of time.
Let's not pretend he was ever handsome. I refuse. I have seen every era of that kid. He was a goofy looking little kid. He was a goofy looking young kid. He was a goofy looking adolescent, goofy looking teenager. I think he's been a goofy looking guy forever.
I think during the that child actor album he did like around like the late 90s, like early 2000s. I don't know. He had like the 5 o'clock shout and all that. I was like, all right, he looks like kind of like a normal dude who's trying to be like lead singer of a rock star band or whatever.
Shadow's okay. That's arguably his best look, but the goatee right after that era, ooh, that's rough. That's arguably the worst looking Corey.
I think that he's not doing so great right now. Andy Capp, I know that's a Jim and them. And maybe a DWG, who knows? Mike Steele is pop punk culture, bro.
Thank you. Sorry, I've had such a bad connection. I really would have liked to do a better job of this for you. If you invite me back, I'll somehow figure out what was wrong. I think it's just because my laptop sucks. So I really am sorry about that.
No, that's fine, bro. Don't. I mean, dude, it's like it's my channel. I got like 22,000 subscribers. It's not that deep.
Whoa! Take the quotes away.
Yeah. Well, yeah. See, all these things to take the quotes away. Now, bear with me for 1 second. I do this on every stream. I gotta go rock a wicked piss. If you want to read any trolly comments or anything, feel free to. I'll be right back. I pee on the floor by my computer. It won't take me long.
Oh, dope. All right, people. I don't have the chat open. Here's the thing. I'm insecure that so I know what it is. I have a sick internet connection, you guys. I don't want to gloat, but I've got a sick fucking internet connection. It's nuts. But I have a laptop that doesn't have an Ethernet port in it. It's only got USB-C. So I'm doing USB-C to Ethernet connection. And also I am doing this in a browser on a laptop that was gifted to me. So it's not super new. It's not super great. I'm worried about being that guy where I keep ruining the stream by cutting in and out. I feel very bad about that. So I don't have the chat pulled open. So say all the things you want to say to him. And then when he reads the super chats, I'll read them then. Because I'm a man of the people, but I'm a man of the people later. I'm a man of the people when it's super chat time. Or you could join Jim and them Piscord. I don't know how. I have no idea how. Someone in the chat who knows how, link people to it. And then you can just send me a DM, and then I'll answer your questions all day long. Unless you're a weirdo, and then I'll ignore your DM and be like, oh yeah, I just don't really read my DMs.
Sorry, I leave you alone like that. Sorry.
Welcome back. No, you're good. I'm vamping. Sometimes you gotta vamp, dude. That's my bread and butter.
I fucking knew you. When I left, I knew I was like leaving the chat in safe hands. I was like, Mike can vamp. Yeah. This ain't gonna be no thing for him.
Oh yeah, that's easy peasy.
So, all right, what do I got here? All right, did that one. Oh, E-Rock told me that you like movies.
I see a lot of movies.
This is some cheesy like drive time like radio host right now, and you're like a comedian like trying to promote your gig in the local like city, and it's like, so I heard you have a bit about the Shawshank Redemption. Let's hear that, Mike. What do you got for us?
You're Mario Lopez. So I hear you like action movies. Who do you think would win in a fight, Jean-Claude Van Damme or some fucking guy?
Yeah, exactly. No, I was just like in my Discord, we watch a lot of movies on the voice chat or whatever. We had our Denzel November, for instance,
Ooh.
where we just watched Denzel Washington movies, and it was at that point I realized that he plays the same exact character in every single movie. But yeah, we just watch random shit. It's usually just me picking a movie. I typically am a big fan of the drama category. Now, I already looked this up. Like some examples of like drama movies would be like, say, like Shawshank Redemption, Godfather 2, Taxi Driver, The Pianist, Whiplash, Saving Private Ryan. I mean, that's the kind of shit. Movies that are dramatic. That's my genre. Do you have a go-to genre?
I don't know if I'd have a go-to genre. I guess for the longest time it would have been comedy movies, but they don't really make those anymore.
Really? Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
they just don't make comedy movies anymore. I mean, I like a lot of genre stuff, I guess you'd call it nowadays, where like my favorite movie is Jurassic Park, tied with Empire Records. So like I feel like you look at those two movies and go, "Oh, I'm not surprised at all to find out that Mike likes a dinosaur sci-fi movie and the movie about a struggling record store."
One of your favorite movies is Empire Records?
Empire Records, yeah, tied for my favorite movie.
That's wild. Someone had me watch that movie on Patreon and like react to it or whatever. I love 90s movies, like just as a whole, like how they filmed it, like the dialogue, just everything. I don't know, probably because I grew up in the 90s, but like,
yeah.
So like I think Empire Records was like 96 or 95. So it was like smack dab in the middle of the 90s. I was like, how can I not like this movie? I mean, obviously Liz Tyler is fucking a babe in that movie, but yeah, I don't know. There was that like Mr. Bean looking character who was like the main guy, and he was creepy as fuck. Did not like
Lucas.
him.
You're saying Lucas looks like Mr. Bean. He does look like Mr. Bean, but that's why that movie's great. It doesn't just go like, hey, here's like, it's clear that it was written by someone that knows what they're talking about, because they really found a lot of the good subcultures of kid that would have made sense at that time. And Lucas is one of them. Lucas is, you like, there were guys like that. Not everybody was Ethan Embry. Not everybody was a dreamy hair guy, you know? Sometimes you had to look like Mr. Bean and take a gamble in Atlantic
just
City.
Have the most like over enunciated like dialogue, like just like, oh, hey, how's it going? I actually was gambling last night and I'm pretty hungover, so maybe stay out of my way today.
You're like, nailing it.
Like, why are you delivering all your lines like that, sir? Nobody talks like that in real life.
What about High Fidelity? High Fidelity is another music movie that I love.
High Fidelity, that was pretty good.
High Fidelity rules. Have you read the book by any chance?
No.
Not to be that guy, but you should.
The book was better?
No, the book was just as good. I really just genuinely like them both. It's just kind of like it's way more British. So like the touchstones, it's way more British and way more 80s. So imagine that High Fidelity is the American 90s version of a British 80s concept, but that is identical in every way. It's just put it in a different era, and because it's British, changed the bands and the touchstones. But I actually like them both a lot, and it's genuinely funny. And it's hard to find books that are like funny, I guess. And the same way, it's kind of hard to find video games that are funny. Sometimes movies and stuff can have senses of humor, but they're not comedies. Music can have a sense of humor, but it's not funny. Same thing with games and books. Often, yeah, sure, it's nice if they have a sense of humor, but to truly be funny is kind of rare. And I think the High Fidelity book is genuinely funny.
So our big donor Cerebral P here said he did feel that Tower Records was mid, but he said in all caps, High Fidelity is a great book, and then he said awesome movie in lowercase.
There we go. I love Empire Records. I'm sorry, it speaks to me. It speaks to the part of me that wishes I could work at a Tower Records. And then for a while, when Borders still existed, I ran their music section, and it was like this little slice of being in Empire Records, and it made me so happy. But I also understand it is very much a time and place. So I
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't. That's not one of those mad movies where even though I love it, I would not be mad at anyone who didn't. But High Fidelity, I feel like is a movie that not enough people have seen, and you don't have to be a music guy to love that movie. But if you want to understand the way a music guy's brain works, watch High Fidelity.
I think that was a good Jack Black role too. Like that was a good early Jack Black role. And John Cusack, I tend to like almost anything that he's in. We actually recently just watched Being John Malkovich. I don't know if you've seen that one.
Yes, yeah, that's a good one. I like that.
That's a good John Cusack movie for sure. I didn't even know that was what's her nuts as his wife, fucking Cameron Diaz. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she looked nothing like Cameron Diaz in that fucking movie. And then,
well, it's funny, like old Cameron Diaz looks so different. Like you look at her in The Mask, and she just looks like a different human than by the time she was even in like Something About Mary or something like that.
I saw
like,
that you guys,
young her is weird.
I think I saw you guys. You guys are just starting to touch on the whole like weird Jim Carrey face shit recently.
Yeah, we did talk about that a little bit. I chalked it up to just like, hey, if you've ever seen him at an award show, he's kind of weird and he's soft spoken, and he clearly had either some type of work done recently or something. I don't think he's a clone. And I don't think he's that gay guy with a mask on. So that's my hot take.
What, like, okay, I don't know if you ever saw that red carpet shit where he was like, nothing is real. This is all meaningless. Like the movie industry is fucking like awful, and I don't know if you ever saw that, but like there's this, so it's like, so you think that like Jim Carrey's reaching this, or one would have thought that Jim Carrey's reaching this period in his career where he's just like, I'm taking the gloves off, like I don't care, none of this matters, fuck it. And then you see him like last year and he's got all like this Botox balloon face. It's like, well, what happened to everything being fake and nothing's real, and now you're like you're superficial now and about like,
it is weird. He doesn't seem like someone who would care how he looked as he aged, especially since he was aging relatively gracefully in general. I wouldn't have thought he was like that type of guy. But then also I think he flip-flops a lot, and not even like in a like, oh, he's a flip-flopper. Just I'm like, I think he just changes his mind a lot. Like, didn't he like he retired, but then he's like, I'll come back and do those Sonic the Hedgehog movies.
The Sonic movie. Yeah.
It's not the type of movies you come out of retirement for, but apparently for him they were. So like clearly he has a hard time making up his mind. So I plus he's always been weird. Like you brought up the entertainment industry is crazy, but like remember when he was being a weirdo about Emma Stone on the red carpet? He's always just kind of been a red carpet weirdo. So when he was a red carpet weirdo in a new way, it just wasn't surprising.
Yeah. Speaking of Jim Carrey, we just watched in the Discord. We watched I'm gonna say the song, the title wrong. The Eternal Sunrise of a Spotless Mind.
Eternal Sunshine on a Spotless Mind. That movie's fucking good.
Fuck it up every time. Yeah, no, it's really good. Like Michelle Gondry, the director. Huh?
That movie's devastating.
Yeah, dude. Well, yeah. I mean, I went through like a breakup like semi recently, and as I'm watching the movie, I'm like, yeah, this hits close to home.
Yeah,
like you're trying to like erase someone's memory, and then like you realize that like, oh wait, I want to hold on to that one. No, and that one too. Like, no, I don't want this to be. After all, I don't want this person erased from my mind because like there was some experiences that like I want to hold on to, and it was like, yeah, it was so well done.
Well, nowadays people talk about toxic relationships all the time, and people often put that label on that movie, and I think that's a bad representation of that movie because I don't think it's about a toxic relationship. I think it's about the idea of like sometimes the people you love the most aren't good for you, and so it has nothing to do with a toxic relationship, but the idea of like it's not going to be all good, it's not going to be all bad, and they have decided that they can't live with or without each other, so they do this. And then even through that crazy memory thing, it breaks through in a way where they're just repeating it. And it's just like, it's so easy to see yourself in that, especially if you've gone through a breakup recently, or you're a person who deals with loneliness, or you're a person that like, maybe you're someone who hasn't been in a relationship and wants to, so you're romanticizing the idea of it. There's so many things that movie just nails. Also, weirdly enough, I feel like the kind of like alternative, like the representation of those two, even though they're not like a typical young couple, it's almost like really easy to romanticize them the same way that like you look at characters in like SLC Punk or like even like modern day kids would probably look at like Scott Pilgrim or something
Yeah,
like that.
I was just gonna say Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's easy to look at them and the way that world is represented and their relationship and how they act and the type of fun or the manic pixie dream girl or whatever. Like it represents that stuff really well too.
Yeah, and I'm always blown away how easy like British actors can do American accents, but Americans can't do British accents to save their
Yeah, it's
lives.
great. We did a thing a while ago where GameStop used to do this like trade show in Las Vegas where they'd invite all their managers and show off a bunch of shit, and it was to try to educate the people at their stores. This is back when money was a thing people were willing to spend on anything.
Yeah.
But since it was in Vegas, you could like as a media person get in. So I was able to convince them because of the show, oh, you should let me in. And I would do this bit where I'd tell people I was from Game Informer. Oh no, not Game Informer, a Eurogamer, and I'd talk in the worst British accent. But since I'm from Eurogamer, which was a very popular website, they'd always agree to do interviews. But then the entire interview, they'd be like, oh no, this guy, like, because like you can do it at first. Like everyone can do that accent for like 3 words.
Yeah.
But when you're trying to do it for longer than 30 seconds, you lose it. And you lose it hard. And I can always watch the gears in their brain working as they're like, oh, this guy's not British. Oh no, does this guy even work for that website? And that was always very fun for me. And so yeah, that I don't know why we can't do their accents, but man, can they do ours? They're good at doing ours.
Now, if I watch the entire This Is Spinal Tap movie, it primes my brain enough to where I can do a pretty good British accent. But like I have to watch the whole movie to just hear that accent constantly to do it.
I can do like the Dick Van Dyke Cockney window, like a chimney sweep one, but I can't do it like I can't do like a good one, like the one that someone in real life would have.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. It's I don't know. It's so easy to like you find one little thing they say wrong, and me going into when we rewatched Eternal Sunshine.
Yeah.
Right, there you go. Yeah, knowing that Kate Winslet's British, I'm like listening to her, and I'm like, I'm never really hearing it break, and I'm like, how the fuck are they able to do that? And then there's like, I have like a guilty pleasure show that I liked watching on a few years ago, Euphoria. It's like a bunch of little teeny boppers going through high school, but it's like real like experiences and not like some made for cable or whatever.
Sure.
And like, dude, like half the fucking actors are like British. And they're like,
and they're just American teenagers, and you're like, "Fuck! How did you trick me?"
Yeah, like the fucking jock in the show is like just very proper British guy, mate. And then he's like, "Hey, I like you. You want to go to the prom with me? I'm gonna kick someone's ass." And it's like, what the fuck? How are they able to do that?
And they're not even just doing like it'd be one thing if all of them were like, oh, they all sound like they're from the South. That's the accent they can nail. But it's like no, they can just do like the I don't have an accent American accent. And it makes me jealous.
Yeah, it makes me jealous too. I wish I could. I got my accents I can do. Like I can do a pretty good Beavis and Butthead and all that, but I can't. I can't act like I'm. Act like I'm from England over the Ash with my Ash. This is almost became like an OCD thing. That I do this like really poor like Tony Soprano thing. I just throw it in every now and then. All right, what else did I have on here?
What do we got, Josh?
God damn, if I had an E-Rock, a producer, he could be giving me notes right now. By the way, E-Rock is in the chat. Make sure you check out Riffin' on Raph, that show on YouTube. I believe maybe it's a podcast too. Riffin' on Raph. One more time, Riffin' on Raph. It's about that rapper, Riff Raff.
Well, now you have my phone number, Josh. You can just text me. You don't have to like go through him anymore. Take that, E-Rock. We're cutting you out.
Oh, I plan on calling you whenever I'm feeling lonely too.
Okay, cool, dope. I'm really excited for that.
Yeah, and you'll really enjoy, and it'll actually line up pretty good because I stay up late, and with the 3-hour time delay or whatever, it won't be that late for you, so it'll fit right in there.
Fantastic.
So you go to a lot of movies. Like, do you actually still go to the physical theater?
Oh yeah, I have an AMC like that. Like, pay him $20, you can see certain number of movies
now for a movie ticket.
I think it's $24 a month, and you can see 5 movies a week.
Oh, okay.
And it's anything. So you can do the IMAX, you can do the Dolby Theater, you can do 3D or whatever. Dude, I have that. So I see a lot of movies that way.
I haven't been to a physical movie theater since the second Star Wars sequel came out. So what was that? 2008? Was that 2018?
Wow, holy shit. Yeah, no, I have a movie theater within walking distance of me. And I was in a movie theater watching Elimination Chamber, the WWE pay-per-view, because they do those in movie theaters sometimes. 2 weekends ago.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Your executive producer slid me notes on ahead of time. Is that you're into wrestling?
So I love wrestling, but I also do wrestling. So I get really into stuff. Like that is a thing that I've learned about myself. And now I'm not a cool watched it in the 90s wrestler, because again, I grew up in Salt Lake, and that was so I poo-pooed that guy's caffeine thing, but a big thing that they were like is, no, you can't like wrestling. Wrestling's for bad people and bad kids, and that was during the Attitude Era when Stone Cold was saying
that was the best era. That was the era that was the only era I fucked with.
Yeah, and that's when I was in Utah being told wrestling's bad. So then when I got old, I had a friend. His name is Danny, and he was like, Mike, I'm shocked you don't like wrestling, because everything about wrestling seems like the stuff you'd like. So he was like, what I want you to do is I want you to watch, and he had me watch a couple things leading up to a WrestleMania that year. And he's like, you don't have to like it. Just watch these things. After you've watched them all, if you want to watch more, I think you should. And he had me watch stuff, and I ended up falling in love with it. And then I became friends with a bunch of, what you're talking about music reminded me of that, where there's people that show up to big stuff and not small stuff. People that claim they love something, but then they don't supporting it. That's a huge thing with indie wrestling.
You cut out. You said you became friends with what you became
indie wrestlers, local.
Indie. Okay, that's weird.
Wrestlers. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sorry about that. And so then I started becoming friends with them. Then they started inviting me to shows, and they're like, "Hey, you want to do a run-in?" And I'm like, "Oh, that'd be fun." And they're like, "Hey, what if you did this? What if you?" And then suddenly, before I knew it, I was just like, hey, Mike, we're booking you for this show, and we're going to teach you how to do this and that. And I'm getting paid to do indie wrestling. And then I have a big convention here in town called Level Up Expo. It's this gigantic fan convention.
I think that's what I cribbed your off your Facebook page.
That was actually one of my wrestling promos. That was one of my headshots for wrestling on one of the posters, was because they wanted me to do something. I'm like, I don't know. That was some necklace they had, because they're like, you like video games? I'm like, this is so fucking cheesy. So they're like, do something crazy, bite it. And I'm like, all right. And that ended up being my wrestling match picture forever.
I thought that was the only picture on your Facebook where you looked kind of cool.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for choosing that. My wrestling photo is my cool one.
I was looking through his Facebook page, and I was like, Dillweed. Whoa, that's cool.
Whoa, it's a good thing this is an impression, or I'd kill myself live on your stream.
No, don't Bushido yourself. It's dishonorable.
Yeah. But yeah, I fell in love with wrestling that way. So I started doing it and watching it. And wrestling sucks. Here's the thing: wrestling sucks, but it's also amazing. It's impossible to not describe it as both. But I can't help but love it. And I'm too old to do it. I will be having. I thought I had my final match last year, but we're doing a big panel at my convention, and a lot of listeners that have never seen us live, never met us in person, are going to be there. And so I decided to come out of retirement and do one last match that I will be doing at my convention, so that people that never got a chance to see me can see me. And I'm very, very excited about that. But yeah, I'm a modern day, but with historic ties, wrestling fan.
So you can take bumps in the ring? I can do all that stuff. I mean, really, realistically, I'm wearing a CM Punk basketball jersey right now. I'm that big of a wrestling dork. But yeah, no, I learned a lot of that stuff, and early on, that's kind of the easy way to cheat into wrestling, is learn high flying stuff. So top rope shit is scary, but kind of easy, and then having hardcore matches. So learning how to take bumps, take finishers, and just be cool with people hitting you with kendo sticks, and cool with taking the painful but flashy and loud spots. That's a real easy way to start, because then you can go out there with a guy that knows what he's doing and tell him hey, I'm down to take this, this, and this. And they're like, oh shit, really? Normally people don't want to do that. And you're like, no, I'm down. And he's like, cool. Shit, I'll do all the heavy lifting. We can just have one of those spots where someone
runs in and hits me and drags you on top of my body, and that's how you win. And then you don't have to do any work. Or like, hey, we can have you as a part of a tag team, or we can have you a couple big spots, but then keep getting taken down. That's like so. Really, the stuff that seems hard is the easiest stuff you learn first off before you learn anything technical later on. And so I could like teach someone how to take like a couple easy bumps and probably like take a really good chair shot in like 25 minutes. So I could get you in a ring where you're not hurting yourself or someone else relatively quickly, at least enough for you to do like a spot or a fun little like guy in the audience who's suddenly in the match thing. Like you give me 25 minutes, I could probably make you look like you knew more than you know, because I had people do that for me.
I heard like simply like there's MTV had some show like making a wrestler or something like that, something like that going on. And
Tough Enough, I think.
So yeah, it was something like where a bunch of wannabe like wrestlers got a chance to become a real wrestler, and they were talking about shit like they were saying things like they didn't even realize, like, say something as simple as like going up against the ropes, how much that actually kind of hurts.
Oh,
those
dude,
are, like steel cables with like some like covering over it.
Running the ropes sucks. So like a cool thing when you do wrestling is like, hey, check out this fucked up bruise. Check out this crazy cut. Look how fucked up my chest looks from these chops. Like sometimes that's like kind of a badge of honor sort of thing. And something no one will tell you is that running the ropes, just a simple like think of like the Rock's finisher where he runs back and forth and jumps over the guy, does the people's elbow. Yeah. That hurts him infinitely more than it hurts anyone because he has to run the ropes to do it. More often than not, when I have bruises that aren't from kendo sticks or like PVC pipes, they're from running ropes. Running ropes sucks, and running ropes will leave bruises on like back of your shoulder or like on your ribs real easy, depending on how tall you are. Running the ropes sucks ass.
Dude,
back bumps suck ass. They're so much harder, and they're everything. Everything you do in wrestling is that fall backwards, flat on your head thing. Like that is the hardest thing to learn how to do because it goes against all of your instincts. But it is 90% of wrestling. If you can do a back bump, you can do like a million things. But it sucks every time, and it's like trying to breathe underwater. Like you shouldn't do it, but you have to, and you have to teach yourself how to do it. That's what taking a back bump is like, because you're just kind of like doing things with your body that no one watching can tell, but you are doing awkward, going against your nature stuff. And it's all, so much of wrestling is like, oh shit, I didn't realize how much any of this was.
To me, it always, well, first of all, the luchadors in WCW, like those motherfuckers are like the true artists of the genre. Like Rey Mysterio Jr., La Parca, with the Guerrero guy, whatever it is,
Eddie Guerrero,
Eddie Guerrero, all those motherfuckers, like especially the dudes with wearing the masks, like those dudes were fucking in, especially Rey Mysterio. My God, that guy was like a fucking, like he did shit that like, I don't know, like you just didn't see that kind of shit. Like you didn't see it like the American wrestlers do that kind of stuff. Just the theatricality of it all and the talent that you'd have to have and getting like up on the turnbuckle. And all the like the flips and all that shit. It's like, dude, that shit's fucking insane.
Well, it's crazy too because people have gotten so good at that stuff. Where now there's dudes that like that used to be hey, I'm a cruiserweight. I weigh 120 to 150, and I'm under 6 feet tall. So I guess I just have to do that stuff. There are dudes that are like 6'5", doing fucking like 450s off the top rope now. It's like they're doing shit that like tiny luchadors used to do, and they're like they look like they could be a freaking like a tight end in the NFL.
Yeah, like a fucking Vader back in the 80s, I think, when it is his finisher. He got on the top rope standing backwards, and they do this like backwards belly flop onto the guy or whatever, and he was probably like 400 pounds.
Yeah. Wrestling is bad and great, and that's how I describe it. And I tell people that want to get into wrestling, find someone who loves it and have them tell you when to watch it. Don't just start watching it, because that's how you're going to hate wrestling, because you're going to see all the bad stuff first. But wrestling is simultaneously one of my favorite things and one of the worst things.
Please tell me that you saw Hell in the Cell 1998 with Mankind and Undertaker.
Yes. No. So for just so you know, like that's like being like, wait, you've heard of the Beatles, right? They're this rock band.
Yeah, I figured as much.
So just so you know, like you chose a good thing to reference, because that is like one of the things.
Oh yeah, there was not a whole lot fake about that match.
Oh no, that's just killing yourself. That's going out there. Like there's things you learn. Like I said, like there are things that are fake, or that you learn how to fake. Like I do a spot in some of my matches where a guy puts my ankle in a folded like chair, and then jumps on the edge of it, so it looks like it's like crushing it. Mm-hmm. It's all sell. There is zero pain, zero danger. Like you can't fuck it up. You literally can't hurt someone doing that, but it looks super, super painful. And so some stuff is theatrics like that. Other things are like, there is no way to teach someone how to take a kendo stick shot, because the way you do it is just like, please don't hit my shoulder blades. Please don't hit my neck. Hit me as hard as you can so it's loud, and it hurts every single time, and it's never going to not hurt. It's always going to it's going to hurt so much, but that's just what it is. It's just like, cool, that's just what it is. So it's a lot of wrestling is either entirely theatrics or literally impossible to be theatrics, because it's just like, oh no, that's just like a guy getting hit. But that's kind of what's fun. I tell people all the time, it's like, imagine if someone walked up to you right now and they hit you as hard as they could in the jaw with their fist and broke your jaw. That would suck, right?
Yeah.
Now, imagine someone came up and smacked the fucking shit out, like just slapped you across the face. That's going to be louder. It's going to knock you down, and it's going to hurt for like 15 seconds, and then you're going to get up and be heated. But that's what wrestling is. Basically, wrestling is how many things can we make look like the punch but feel like the slap. It needs to be loud. It needs to be flashy, and you need to be able to get up from it. That's the art is try and find as many things as possible like that, so that, because anyone can get it from a crazy slap. It's going to hurt for 5 seconds, whatever. Who cares? You're not going to the hospital for that. That's what wrestling is how can we make it look like you got shot, but really you got slapped? How can we make it look like you're dead, but all you did was kind of just get like a stub your toe?
I like the backhand slap where they like put them up against the turnbuckle, and then they do the backhand, and they stop their foot on the ground at the same exact time. So it's like boom. So it like it resonates through the mic'd ring, the stage, or whatever, and it sounds like this, and then they sell it and like
Same with kicking someone. When you kick someone, you slap your leg, to the point where like now people don't even try to hide the fact that they're slapping their leg. It's just like you're just like, whatever, cool. That's just what it looks like when you kick a guy, right? And the stomp and the slap is all a part of it. It's all fun. It's the best. Wrestling is great. Wrestling sucks.
The what was once described to me as a soap opera for men. It was once described that way.
Yeah, I always tell people that it's like a comic book. I think it's like Spider-Man's not real. Like no one's like, what? Spider-Man's not real. Like, but it doesn't make a good Spider-Man movie any worse. I've always looked at it like that, because these guys are larger than life, and so the theatrics of a soap opera with like the larger than life characters and borderline superpowers of a comic book, and that's what wrestling is.
Yeah, I remember watching, like, because like, once again it ties in with my Christian upbringing. It got to the point where my dad just could not abide WWF anymore. He just couldn't do it with Undertaker and the satanic imagery and all that.
Sure.
So we were only allowed to watch WCW because it was like cleaner, more family friendly or whatever. And then I remember when Hollywood Hulk Hogan, that character, came out, and he was getting sloppy around that time.
Oh yeah.
Literally remember him like getting up from like, one of the bumps that he took, and like he just got real sloppy with that razor blade that he
when you cut,
it was just like fucking obvious as shit. Even as a kid, I was like, oh yeah, he totally just cut his own forehead open. That's why he's bleeding now. It's not because of the chair hit that he just got.
Got to be tricky with that. Like I've taken a ton of light tube spots, and a big light tube spot thing is like light tube spots are dope because the sound of a light tube busting over someone is such a good sound. It makes people immediately go like, oh shit. It's so good. And it's not completely devoid of danger, but as long as you're like, basically the danger of a light tube spot is it breaks and then becomes a knife. But as long as you're not trying to slice, like you're trying to swing through them, not against them, because if you do it against them, then it breaks on their back and you have the rest of their body to drag this razor sharp glass against. But if you do it through them, it breaks and nothing happens other than it looks scary. Then when you're on the ground, you kind of like roll around in the glass when people aren't looking, and you're just trying to act like, oh no, oh that hurts so bad, but you're kind of just like rolling in the glass, so you get like just enough little cuts that you start bleeding. Then when you get up, everyone's like, oh, he's so fucked up. Like I have a shot of that I had at one point in time where I got a light tube shot. And I was so stoked because I got up and I had like pieces of glass in my face and like my arm. I must have just got a perfect like cut on it because it was like bleeding from from shoulder to elbow. And I was like, fuck, it didn't hurt at all. When I took a shower later, I could feel all the little baby cuts, but for the most part, it didn't actually hurt. But it looked so good. And that's what you aim for, is you don't want anyone to go, oh, he just totally cut himself, didn't he? Like, where was he keeping? Was that in his wrist? You scamp.
Aren't there like filaments in those things that you're not supposed to be exposed to, like breathing wise?
Yeah, but you just got to be careful. Just don't do don't do one of those like 3 stacked on the ground, drop your head on it, because then you're going to breathe it all in. If it's across your back and you're in a big room, you're probably fine. I'm fine. I've taken so many, and look at me, I'm fine.
Yeah, you're the picture of an upstanding young citizen. I know. If you're talking about all this and you're talking about movies, I know you've seen The Wrestler.
Of course. The Wrestler is great.
Such a fucking good movie. I forget that movie fucking exists. Again, another one we watched in our Discord or whatever. You don't have to give a fuck about wrestling. You will still love that movie.
Yeah. Well, but if you do too, I've been in so many locker rooms with dudes like that it's like, oh, they knew what they were doing. They did a good job of representing this while simultaneously not requiring any like knowledge about it ahead of time. So that movie rules. That movie's great.
I mean, from like, being washed up, and Randy the Ram has to get like a real job because, like he was like a bygone figure from the 80s, and now it's in like, it takes place in like the mid 2000s or whatever. But he does these like spots, he does these meet and greets at like the VFWs and the Moose Lodges and all these like, and there's all these people that are still like, I don't know. And then he like just it's just such a, and even the ending, which I won't spoil, but like, he goes out in a blaze of glory and all that, like that. Yeah, that's such a good fucking movie.
Yeah, that movie's great. I actually, to this day, on my resume, under previous jobs,
your favorite movie, and you write that on your resume, and they're like, "What? That has no relevance." And you're just I just really wanted you to know that I like that movie a lot.
An equally irrelevant thing I do, I put all of my title reigns that I've had in wrestling as part of my previous jobs. So my work history involves like, oh, tag team champion for this company from blank year to blank year. Oh, this champion. Oh, that champion. And I've never had anyone like turn me away because of it, but I did have a guy be like, hey, why did you have that on your resume? And I'm like, oh, because I do wrestling and I thought it'd be funny. And he's like, oh, I'm going to be honest, man. I'm not sure if you're qualified for this job, but that's the reason why I brought you in here. And now that I've talked to you, I think you're probably a pretty good fit. And I'm like, fucking nailed it. Now you know exactly why I did it, pal.
Yeah, and then you became the manager of Blockbuster, and that was awesome.
Yeah, and it all went downhill from there.
Whatever, man. It all went uphill.
I'm renting movies, bro. I'm renting N64 games from Blockbuster for free.
It's funny. I had another question on here just based off of like, you say like improv and all that. Did you ever have any like interest in being an actor or acting?
Not really. Again, I enjoyed trying. I like being funny, I guess. Like I like trying to make people laugh. Like, like class.
That's how I made. Right. That's how I made friends growing up. Like I made people laugh, and I equated the more I could make them laugh meant the more they must like me.
Yeah, that's kind of the stuff I like. I liked the class clownery style of humor, which worked well with the again the improv and like trying to make my friends laugh and stuff like that. So I I feel like I'm not an insecure person, but I feel like I'm the type of person who has the types of insecurities that an actor could never have. I can't like put it all out there. I can't just ignore how someone must be thinking if I'm not doing a good job. The idea of auditioning sounds like a fucking nightmare. Like I could never do any of that stuff. So yeah, that's not really. But you turn around, like to me, like I loved going to school and having my drama teacher let us play like Whose Line Is It Anyway style improv games. That if I could like that's what I loved doing. So I guess I'd want to be in a Judd Apatow movie because that's all they do is they just fucking make everything up.
It's weird. It's like it's almost like you have like two kind of actors. You have the actors like Jack Black, where it's like, okay, that looks like he's just having fun and he's doing his thing. And then you got actors like Christian Bale, like in The Machinist, where he lost like 50 pounds and he was like literally like Holocaust like skinny, like just and then he like didn't he like didn't he get like fat for a role too? And then he was like Batman and it's just like I wouldn't do any of that shit.
Yeah,
Nor could
I'd be the guy that they were like, you know what, things aren't working out after I'd been on set for 15 days because they realized I wasn't going to work out because I just wanted to fuck around.
Yeah, and then like I think for both of us too, with all the tattoos, we kind of fucked ourselves in that because like actors tend to not they like don't change their bodies at all. They need to be able at any point to take on any character, so they can't have like all these identifying marks on their person, because it they want they want to physically be a blank slate as like so they can like do any role and transform into whatever. And if you're all look like two fucking washed up emo fucking metal kids or whatever the fuck hot topic managers. I'm trying to think of whatever the comments have said about me and probably you in the past.
Machine Gun Kelly all the time. That's what I get because I have bleach blonde hair and tattoos, so I get that constantly.
I get Nick Kroll, the comedian, and if you don't know who he is, then
yeah, I know him.
Okay, I get him. I get gay, just a bunch of gay slurs. Especially when my hair was teal. I don't know if you remember that. My hair used to be teal. I don't know. I just like got tired of. I kept getting haircuts and I didn't really feel like paying for it to get bleached and dyed. So I was like, I'm just going to let it grow out. I don't care. And now I'm just like rocking the natural thing now. But yeah, I don't know. Like I'm like literally getting to the point to where it's like, I'm just going to stop reading the comments at this point. Cause
I don't think I have thin skin, but I tend to hang on to things. Like I will still every once in a while remember like an old comment that was annoying and just be like, man, that sucks. What a shitty thing to say. And then just like, but it'll be like 5 years ago. And it doesn't like ruin my day, but it's like I still remember it word for word. So I have learned I am not a comments reader. I'm not a chat reader. I mean, it probably sounds like I'm trying to live in a bubble, but like I am very friendly when people reach out to me. I like people DM me in the Discord or hit me up on Twitter or Instagram constantly. I am always happy to be like, oh, cool, you like the show? Thanks a ton. Or, hey, you have this thing to say? There's that bit of parasocial aspect these days where sometimes people think I'm their friend and they don't know how to talk to me that way. And that's sometimes a little weird, but I still even try to humor that. But for the most part, I don't want the I assume that all the nice stuff in the comments, I will sometimes in the future, someone will tell me about it or it's stuff I've already heard. So I can go, cool. I'm glad that's still the case, just so that I can avoid the time someone says something that I would remember for the rest of my life. On my deathbed, I'd be looking at my beautiful children and my supermodel wife. And I'd be like, I remember in the comments when that guy called me an F slur. I was 36 and I don't want to die like that. And I know that I would die that way. So I ignore it all.
Fucking, this is a real guy, and he's never said anything negative about me, but for whatever reason, his username's coming to my head. I'm on my deathbed, but Lord Taco said I was cringe.
You reach out, the beep starts happening solid, and your last words are cringe.
I'm sorry, he's gone. We lost him. He's dead.
He died of being cringe.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I feel like I've killed certain people, from what I've seen is so cringe, bro. So fucking cringe. But I love what I love about all that shit is like nobody asked you to watch the video, yet you still did.
Yeah, that's what we get a lot now that we're blowing up. Is like, hey, dude, why are you here? Like, why are you? People will come in the chat for live streams and be like, "Fucking, you're not pop culture," and it's like that's just a tagline. What a weird thing to say. Why are you here?
Yeah, it's. Do you have any haters yet? Any blowback to the Jim and them people?
I assume so, but I don't. I not reading that stuff. The only thing I would know is the stuff that bubbles to the very, very top. And so it's like there's a couple shitheads that like show up in the chat every week. I am a big ignore them person. That's just kind of my thing. I know sometimes people want to engage. Sometimes people want to go like, no, I shouldn't have to change my situation. And it's just like, hey, just ignore it. Like it's like hell. I say that I literally give that advice to Corey about our show. He literally bends over backwards to ruin his own life because of the stuff we say, and we don't put it in front of him at all. If he just chose to ignore us, he would never care about us again, but he can't do it. I'm a big, like, just ignore us fan. That's my thing, is just ignore the thing, and that's the easiest way to be fine with it. Or I guess if you have to rationalize it somehow, my way of rationalizing is just ignoring it.
Yeah, it's probably that's ultimately the best and only way to go about it. I brought some other guy in here that you may or may not know.
Close personal friend E-Rock.
Hey, it's me. Close and personal friend. What's up, guys?
E-Rock just finished up their podcast. Did I call it right the whole time? I don't know.
Apparently, so we were like kind of sniping and just like watching, and that's why I was making comments on our stream. And literally, as soon as I closed it out, because we checked in on you guys like 3 times, and I closed out the last one, and then somebody in our chat was like, "Oh, they just shouted you out," so I had no idea. So, thanks for that, though.
Well, I guess I should invite Octavia too.
What's on your shirt, E-Rock? E-Rock, what's on your shirt?
I'm wearing my Dances with Ghost shirt. Dude, his shirts are good. Yeah, they're good shirts.
Hey, who designed that? Because I feel like I see tons of people with like that artist must design a shitload of things, right?
This dude is.
Who is that?
He lives in Australia. His name is Jamers Design. He's on Instagram. His prices are so fucking reasonable. It's insane.
I thought you were gonna say
and
that.
We've done a lot. He's done a lot of work.
Okay, because I see band merch. I see like I'm a big theme park guy, so I see theme park merch all the time. I see like shows just that are like, hey, we're spending how much, all that. It's that style, and I was like, they're all getting it from someone, right? And I didn't even know how to search for it. So yeah, thank you for answering one of my best questions.
If you want to text me, I can give you the dude's exact info. If you want to text me about it later,
it's just a curiosity. But I would like to look at that stuff just because. But it was more of a curiosity.
Dude, this guy, yeah, he's fast. He's pretty inexpensive. I probably just blew up the fucking spot there a little bit, but whatever. He does it. I don't know. He doesn't just do like those, gaudy scene style, like 2000s era.
They remind me of those shirts. Seems like someone trying to go for that vibe.
Yeah. And he can do that, but he can also do other stuff too. So, I mean, it's all he's done good stuff for us. And I don't even remember how the fuck we found him, but he was on Instagram, and it's like fucking A, good shit going on. I sent Octavia invite if she wants to join. I don't know. It's going to be a whole fucking Jim and them riff-raff sandwich, I guess. I don't know.
Riff-raff sandwich, yeah.
I've got the worst camera and the worst computer out of all of us, and I'm becoming very insecure about it. Thanks a lot, E-Rock, you piece of shit.
Oh, sorry. You piece of shit. What are you looking like, a streamer? What the fuck?
Yeah, sorry. My hand-me-down laptop isn't doing enough legwork. I keep having to hit Control Delete and close things.
Oh shit,
Mike, I brought you here for your mind. I didn't bring you here for your camera.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. My
Right,
mind is all I have.
Octavia, I sent you the link in the Discord DM. So check that. I guess.
Check your DMs. Check your DMs.
It's going down in the DMs.
It's going down. Check your DMs.
So E-Rock, who gives a fuck about? I don't
Wow!
Is that why you brought me on, just to be like, who gives a fuck about this guy?
Yeah. I just want to pull rank on you right now. No, I love E-Rock. E-Rock actually bought a lot of my singer Ari's art.
That's true.
He bought like all of it. And that was like super
I have it on my wall behind my green screen. It's pretty badass.
No one can accuse E-Rock of not supporting things. Like he has made a career out of supporting stuff.
That is true. Thank you, Mike.
I'm sure you guys are aware of the video. I mean, I only saw it recently because I was doing some kind of research for the Truth Movement video that I did on the Felster, and I happened upon the one where E-Rock goes to the what was it, a convention to meet Corey and you ran into some bullshit with the
it's so good
security.
Because the greatest story that came out of that, in my opinion, is Corey's been telling this monster truck story forever, where monster trucks tried to run him over, tried to kill him, he dodged them. Oh my God, it was this crazy night. How did they know where I was? And it's been a fun story for a long time, but we accidentally are now a part of that story because since that happened to E-Rock and police showed up, a police report exists and they talked to Corey and Corey gave them words that exist somewhere. And through the Freedom of Information Act, we were allowed to read those words. So Corey told the police that we were the ones driving the monster trucks. And it's just like, is it Christmas?
Bunch of filth pigs keep harassing me at my conventions when I'm trying to sign autographs.
Yeah, it's so good. It's one of my favorite things that has become the story.
Well, my favorite thing about that police report, which, by the way, Josh, I'm sorry that I never filled you in. I just assumed you had seen that that video, but yeah, the story is pretty hilarious. But the fact that there is a color report, it's not just a police report with typewriter ink, it's like a full-on color with my pictures, because they scanned the pictures that I had with Corey and the Goonies cast and they put it into it, and dude, it's hilarious. I'll have to post some pictures of it in your Discord, Josh. It's pretty funny.
So embarrassing. Yeah.
Oh, it's so great.
Welcome,
yeah,
Octavia.
Yeah, welcome.
Hi guys. What are you guys
What's
doing?
up? Well, Josh is drinking. So
drinking.
that's off the rip.
I know. I don't think the rest of us drink. None of us drink. Yeah.
We're just drinking water.
Lunch.
I have store brand Diet Cola. I drink.
I'm drinking.
Fucking coward. You want to live?
Don't drink that.
Well, you want to live forever? What are you trying to do? Live?
Don't drink that.
The fuck's the
What are
point
you
about
doing?
that?
Are you one of those idiots that thinks aspartame's bad for you?
Uh-oh.
I'm one of those people that knows that, but I still drink it. So
Why is it bad for you, Octavia?
No.
I love this more than anything, by the way. I love this because she's about to look so stupid. Why is it bad for you, Octavia?
Oh, am I? Okay, all right. Okay.
Just go tell me, just what's bad about it?
No, I'm good.
Okay, all right. Yeah, no,
I
I agree. I'm also right.
People say the thing. Okay.
And now you
You're not
find the
gonna do
real
that to me.
you find the real reason I added you two here is so I can go pee and Mike won't have to vamp.
Nice.
Oh, it's a
Nice.
favorite.
Well, I can
Nothing
tell you
happened.
why it's bad for you, because it tastes like shit. How about that?
gives me a headache.
It gives me a headache, dude. I get migraines from it. I really do. I get migraines from it
too.
every single time.
Oh yeah,
Every single
like how if you eat too many bananas, they give you a migraine.
Is this the
weird logic.
chemical? No, it's
Yeah.
like the weird it's like the anti-chemical thing where it's
I
like,
wanna
well,
know
if
what
you
you
eat too
should
many
say.
bananas. No,
I
it's
wanna
not the
know.
same thing. It's not the same
There's,
thing.
yes,
Say it,
it is.
Mike.
There's all sorts of things that could give you a headache if you have too much of it.
Well, Coke Zero, like the last 3 Coke Zeros I had, every single time I had them, and they were like 2 weeks apart each, they gave me like the worst migraine ever, and I never get headaches. Never. And so,
Then it's
yeah,
probably just the aspartame. It's probably specifically the aspartame.
well, either way, dude, I'd rather not fucking try it. Let's put it that way.
Because that's the ingredient, right? Isn't Diet Coke 100% aspartame? So like it's definitely
it's a big
Wow,
part. Dude, there's like 4
100%
there's
so
4
much.
ingredients, and one of them, like the major one, is aspartame and carbonated water.
There
That's
are a
literally-
million chemicals in it. What do you mean?
Well, do you know how many people like think
chemicals
that?
in everything. A strawberry is chemicals, you weirdo.
Oh my
I
god,
know.
don't eat fruit. Ew.
Well, fruit is genetically modified anyway.
Angel. You can't eat fruit.
Oh, Octavia, before Josh comes back, Mike is mad at us because we look better and sound better than he does on his little makeshift.
Mike, I do this on an iPhone.
Are you really on an iPhone?
Yeah, that's not helping. That's not helping because you still look good.
Zoop is constantly like, "Where's your laptop?" And I'm like, "I don't have one."
The problem is, it's whenever I use browser streaming. Browser streaming, this laptop just does not do very well. Like if I'm on Zoom, I can usually make Zoom work, but anytime I do StreamYard or what is it, like Google Teams is sometimes in browser. Any of the browser stuff, I can't do the browser stuff. So my shitty internet it's looked like I've just been dropping in and out, and I feel terrible.
You feel terrible?
Dude, no, seriously, I'm going to be talking about this for like weeks about how bad I feel. I cut out a couple times. I feel terrible. My self-esteem, my cutting in and out during someone else's show self-esteem, fucking plummeting. All my other self-esteem is very high, but that specific bar, like on the graph, it's like when you look at Pokemon stats, like that's a really low stat for me right now.
That's the thing that bothers you.
Yeah.
You're still not grasping the fact that I get the viewership of like a PBS in Jacksonville, Florida. I'm
hurting my own feelings. See, this is why I don't read the comments, because the types of things that bother me are so specific that one of these days I'll like I read Corey's weird assistant lady, Heather Dawn May, fixates on me. I am the one that she talks the most about. Yes. And one time,
and she ignores Jeff.
Yeah, she doesn't know Jeff's there.
So there's two things she did. She said two things about me that I think about fucking. They live rent free in my head the same way that we live rent free in Corey's head. She talked about how I bite my nails during the stream, which is I'm not saying I'm perfect, but I don't have a ton of like those types of vices. But one of my biggest vices is I bite my nails, and I try really, really hard not to bite them during the show. And I still do all the time, and I'll watch the videos Jim puts together, and every time I bite my nails, I'm like, "You fucking loser, what are you doing?" And she brought that up, and I was like, right in my heart, dude. Straight, like it's like, she didn't even like stab me. My skin was already open, so she could stab directly into just the heart, nothing in between. And then the other one is, I don't, and I mean this, I don't think I have a big nose, but she said I had a big nose, and I was like, no, God. I don't. That's but weird. Then because I don't, I was like, why'd you say that? And now I think about it fucking constantly. I constantly think about it.
Mike.
Oh no.
I'm there with that. I'm there with the nose thing.
Dude, if you had like the comments section, if you had the comments section that I have, Mike, you would kill yourself.
Yeah, I know.
You would literally kill yourself.
And that's sometimes people say shitty things.
Comments?
Sometimes people say shitty things about me, and I'm like, oh, I don't care. That's dumb. Or like, I'm like, oh, imagine thinking that. But then sometimes something just like is right in that perfect. It's that perfect range. It's that half an octave that Corey can sing in. They leave a comment about me. They say it about me, and I'm like, I will think about this until I die.
Yeah, like it's just at that perfect moment, and you will never forget it. Like it just got in. It got in.
Yeah.
Well, especially with Heather Dawn May too, because like the rest of her stuff that she says is so unhinged. But then for whatever reason, when it's the comments about you, it kind of like it makes sense and is rational. And it's like her brain like zeroes in on this one moment, and then the rest of it's just completely insanity. It's just it's weird. So I get it.
She's very fixated on Mike, though. She's definitely.
She's obsessed. She's
very excited about the burger. She's very excited about your burger that you promoted. So.
It's a good endorsement.
The burger bitch.
Yeah. Do you have a Sonic anywhere near you?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's right. I got one right down the road.
Oh, the All-American Smasher combo. It's a double smash burger with all the things you want on a burger. An underrated burger, by the way, a Sonic burger, but this is even better. It comes with your choice of side. They have tons of choices. I go with Tots. I'm a big Tots guy, and I go with usually a Diet Dr. Pepper. $6. $6, Josh.
I can't believe you're the very same guy that told me earlier on in the interview that you have vanilla sex. Because you're sounding edgy as fuck right now.
Vanilla sex? What the fuck?
I'm vanilla in certain places, but not with my fast food, Joshy.
Yeah, that was a pretty edgy order that you just placed there. I don't know. Sonic. It seemed like my location. I live in the ghetto, so they slather everything with mayonnaise. Too much mayonnaise.
Sure. Hey, you could just say, "Hey, no mayonnaise, all American smasher combo." Thanks, Sonic. I appreciate
that's
it.
not an option. That's not an option.
Well, see, I just assume they're artists in the kitchen, and if they designate it to have that much mayonnaise, that's how it's meant to be eaten. So I don't want to. I don't want to like fuck up the formula.
Subway.
That's fair. That's fair.
Sandwich artists. Yeah.
It's nice that you.
And now he's gone.
You're appreciating all the sexy teenage girls that work at Sonic with that much respect.
That's what Mike Steele said, everybody, for the record. Mike Steele said that.
Mike Steele.
Get the hell out of here.
No, seriously, I gotta go. I can't be associated
The joke
with
was
this.
he said edgy for my order, so I made it edgy.
Oh, okay.
Well, we're in trouble for butts right now on our channel. So
I know, seriously, we can't say butts on YouTube. Apparently, it gets you like suppressed in the. But I do. I love the fact that like Josh thinks your fast food order is sexy.
Yeah. It is.
It's kinky. It's kinky.
Josh knows my fast food order is sexy.
Knows.
Yeah, he didn't say.
Oh, Josh, real quick, I was going to ask you, what do you think of the nickname, quote unquote, Joshy that Jim and them has like so
do you
eloquently?
hate it?
Yeah, do you hate it or love it or don't care?
A lot of people, it's funny you should ask that, E-Rock. A lot of people might think I might hate that nickname, but it actually, I
love it.
I find it as a term of endearment.
Okay, you should. You should. Yeah.
I'm not saying Josh is boring, but I know a lot of Joshes. You know how many Joshies I know?
You.
Just one. Just one. And I'm
just one
right now.
And a lot of people think that I would hate it, and I don't. I'm fine.
Okay,
fine
good.
with it,
I was just double checking.
Nice thing to ask.
You shouldn't hate it.
People call you Billy. I mean, whatever. It's kind of
it's a term of endearment for sure.
So
my friend's dad calls me Mikey.
What actual show?
That's a little weird. I don't know
Michael? Is it Michael?
No, I'm Michael to my family.
Are you?
I didn't know that.
Or Michael Bear.
I can't even see you as Michael.
Oh, Michael Bear.
Shut up. Joshy's asking a question.
Joshy, back to you, Joshy.
I just don't know what show we're on right now. I'm confused. It's just like
I actually don't know either.
Jim and Ghost dancing with Riff Raff.
Yeah.
Oh well, Octavia calls you dances with Ghosts now.
Yeah,
so good luck with that.
I almost hashtag that. I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, literally.
How about that one? Do you get mad at that one?
We custom get
that one I actually get a little annoyed at because it's like
you get so mad at me one time for saying that.
Everyone that's ever talked to us uses the same joke. It's like, well, I know Jim, so what are you guys them? That's all.
Yeah.
I've been hearing that joke for fucking 18 years, and it doesn't bother me, but it's also like, come on, guys, you think you came up with that right now? Like, come on, you didn't come up with that.
You're all asking again.
Now, how do all you motherfuckers know each other? How are you all in this crazy network?
Yeah,
Jim and them, yeah.
Yeah, E-Rock started listening to Jim and them. Our Discord was like a wasteland. It was like it was a genuinely bad place to be. Even I was not in our own Discord. And then E-Rock kind of jumped on with some of this new wave of listeners, and he joined and brought a kind of positivity and energy to it that it didn't have, which made more people want to be in it, which kind of like, and then he's like, he had a story where he tried to buy us a Funko Pop and we had him call in. So then we talked to him more. Then he was talking to Jim more. He's been helping Jim get into better shape. And then it kind of turned into like, he would always like, without being asked, just like be like, hey, I did this thing for you, or hey, this guy wants to talk to you, or hey, I emailed this guy and he said he'd be willing to blah, blah, blah. That's why the executive producer joke nickname started getting thrown around, because he basically did what someone would do if they were like your people running the boards, until that's just what he actually started doing for us.
Yep. Well, actually, Josh, you should take some credit for that, because when I was drinking and was drunkenly calling into your show way back in the day. I'm pretty sure it sounds like I was the one to end the whole phone call thing because I don't think you take phone calls anymore.
No,
and
that was a horrible idea.
That was a terrible idea. And I would call it like smash at like midnight. And you were like, so hey man, like you're the executive producer on Jim and them, like what do you do? And I was like, it's just a bit. Like I was just like totally like talking down on myself. And Jim was actually watching. Jim was actually watching it, and like the next day or the day after, he was like, "Hey man, you shouldn't like say that. Like like you actually are like supporting the show and doing some nice things. So we really appreciate it." And that really kind of sparked me to be like, you know what, if it's going to like start out as a bit or start out as a nickname, I might as well. And I am passionate about the show. I'm excited for the show, excited for the guys. So I was like, well, might as well put my money where my mouth is. So yeah.
The title's a joke, but the things he does are very real.
Thank you.
Behind the scenes, he does so much. Like people don't know how much he really does.
I'm not actually the producer.
Also, great choice not taking phone calls, Joshy. Nightmare. As Mike from Jim and them, phone calls are awful.
They're pretty bad. They're pretty bad.
It just
great call.
Solid call.
It derails the momentum. It wasn't like the troll calls or whatever. Those were fine. It was just
everyone has a bit. Everyone.
Well, it's just like the nice ones where they're like, yeah, just a little nervous. Just really like your stream, like your band.
Pretty much, yeah.
Sure. And as much as I fucking appreciate it, and that's awesome, it just derailed the momentum so much that, and then come to find out that burner phone like ended up being a whole nother nightmare with Xfinity. They told me.
Oh, you had the burner phone. Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah, they told me it was like some kind of free thing, and I call me an idiot. Yeah, I know nothing's free. Blah blah. And I found out is a fucking goddamn overseas person that I was talking to is like telling me like, oh yeah, happening? It is completely free, no charge to you whatsoever ever at any point. It's a completely free phone for you. Do you want it or not? And it's like, all right, I'll take a free phone.
All right, here's my social security number.
Seriously.
And then it's like, oh yeah, by the way, that's gonna be like $50 a month for a phone you only use once on a Friday live stream. Fucking, and then people started sending me like really hardcore gay porn gifs they started texting me that throughout the week. Oh, I got a story about that.
You don't just like love it? It's not your favorite thing?
No, I have a story about that. It's actually kind of funny. I don't think this guy fucks with my channel anymore, so I don't think he's paying attention. But like, so this dude said he would only like text me these like really like hardcore gay porn gifs. I'm just like, whatever, dude. Like I'm kind of turned on by it anyway. Like it doesn't offend me. It doesn't shock me. It's whatever. And he sent then like he like when I quit the burner phone thing, I stopped doing that call-in thing. He sends me a DM on Instagram and he's like, hey, my girlfriend saw that I was sending this phone number all these gay porn gifs. She figured out it was you, and she thinks that we're like in some kind of homosexual dalliance together. And hey, if I pay you $200, will you call me the first time and I'll pay you $100 and we can get our story straight. And then the second time it'll be on speaker. My girlfriend will be in the room and you can explain that, we're not gay together. And this is so he says,
what did you do with the $200?
I'm sitting there like, yeah, if you want to separate yourself from $200, I will gladly take it. And then like he's like,
for free, but for $200, that's like a cherry on top.
Give me the script. What's the bit? Just give me.
So then he like, I think he was like probably drunk or something. He like just messaged me some like random time during the week, being like, "Hey, give me a call. Let's talk shop." And I'm just like, I'm not your friend. We're not like
you took the money. You took the money. You are his friend.
Like I'm not talking to you until you give me that $100. You're a random person that I don't know who sends me hardcore gay porn.
That's the point when you did it. That's the point when you did it.
And then then he didn't respond. And then like a couple days later, he sends me another gay porn gif on my Instagram DM.
This guy rules. This guy's doing the.
Then I said, okay, you're just a crazy person. Then I just blocked him. It's like, okay.
Yeah, this is a fantastic bit. I love this guy's bit.
I was gonna say, I don't think it's the bit phone calls that are the problem. It really is the people that are just like, so what are you guys doing? It's like
Dude.
doing a show.
Hey, I sent you a
There's a-
DM.
Yeah,
There's a
send
guy
you
on
a DM.
Facebook that added me and Jim to a message, and he just like hits us up being like, "Hey guys, check this out." And it's just like it has nothing to do with anything. Or like, "Hey, what? Did you guys see any movies recently?" And it's just like, what? Like I don't hate you, but also like, why did you think this was a good idea? And then he had the nerve. There's a guy that calls into my show that I like openly have no patience for. I had some patience for him for a while, but then I kind of like very clearly my patience has run thin. And that guy on Facebook messaged me like, "Wow, that guy just doesn't get it, does he? Not like me." And I'm just like, then me and Jim are talking, and we're like, "This guy doesn't realize that he's that guy, but like in a different
Maybe he
place."
is that guy.
Is that the same guy? Seriously.
They're,
But
they're
it's the
different.
same guy.
They're different people. The caller, I don't think he has the capacity to pretend to be someone else.
Okay,
You guys
okay.
Don't ever
You guys-
underestimate them. Don't
You guys
underestimate
still
them.
do calls, right? You guys still do
Yeah,
calls.
yeah. Here's the thing. I actually, I make a lot of jokes about bad calls, but for the most part, we've gotten pretty good at not letting them completely derail the show. Me and Jim have different, like fundamental stances on the phone call stuff. Jim loves the idea of a guy called in. I'm going to give him a platform that he's not like able to like stand on and let him drown himself, even if it means that it wastes Jim's time. Jim loves that. And I think that's funny for Jim, but sometimes when I'm in the room, and I have been pretty vocal at this, I don't want to waste my time. And I know that once in a while, me and Jim have butt heads on that, but for the most part, it's never been a problem because usually him and Jeff love it so much that I'm willing to just like sit back and let them like just like waste someone's time who thinks they're wasting their time, but really it's like without even realizing it, it's been completely flipped on them. But for the most part, our bad calls are just like, "Oh, that was 30 seconds I won't get back." And that's at the end of the day, that's not terrible. And for every one of those, we get 2 or 3 uninsulting ones and then one really, really good one or nice one. And so I tend to look at it that way now, where usually it's like, yeah, calls are usually bad, but sometimes it's someone who's never called into anything and they're not even a typical person that would, but they like us so much that they literally just call to be like, "Hey guys, oh my God, I can't believe you picked up. I love your show. Anyway, have a good night." And it's like, yes, did that totally stop what we were saying? Sure. But at this point, we've been doing it long enough where usually we can jump back into it and it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I mean, I think it would be easier if you have like multiple people, but I think for me, it was just I'm just like the one person, so it was like
I think it's probably way different.
yeah. So it was like I'm just like every now and then I just be like I just put the number up on the screen and then like the phone just starts ringing and then it's like it was usually always pretty awkward and like usually very complimentary, which again was nice. I appreciate it, but it's like that. Then sometimes it would like turn into like just like a normal ass phone call. Or
yeah, and you're like, bro, I'm doing a
Forget you're on
show.
stream.
Yeah, it's like I'm.
Someone did that to me on Friday. They called me to be like, "Hey, man, I have a question for you." And then he just wanted to have a conversation, and I'm like, "Hey, man, I'm doing a show. DM me somewhere." And like, I'm not being mean. It's like, come on, man. Like, you gotta understand this can't be the like that. Do you know what a call is on a show? And I think a lot of people don't know what a call is on a show.
That's the problem. They don't know.
The call screener apparently is a glorious gift to these kind of situations.
Radio? Yeah. I
Which-
did that job. That's a good job.
I've always wondered how
talk to the crazies.
Okay, Octavia, I got a question for you. Can you
Yeah,
give me a run through of how a call screen how does that whole thing work? I've always wondered about that.
Okay,
with,
so you have a program. Well, I worked at X1039. This is back in the day. So we had a program, and so when the calls came in, you could see the number. You could see, I think it doxed people. You could totally see their name because it would look like a spreadsheet.
You know, knowing someone's name doesn't mean doxing, right? You've really,
Here we go.
The term.
It was my crazy, ludicrous idea about doxing.
Octavia thinks everything is doxing. If she buys alcohol from the grocery store and they ask for ID, she's like, "You can't dox me."
They have my name. They have my name and they know
So
my cross street.
I just want to throw that out there. Settle down with the term dox.
Calm down, doxer. All right. So, okay. So it looks like a spreadsheet. It's basically a big list of names and numbers. So when I would answer, I would ask what they were calling about. First of all, we would have like whatever the bit was of whatever we were doing. If it's a ticket call in and we were doing numbers of people, that's fake, by the way. When we're like, oh, your caller number, whatever the fuck. Like we would literally be like, pick a number and just do the thing. So it was like that. Is everyone frozen or am I just frozen?
No, it was me. It was me. It was me. That's why I had to leave.
He's still frozen. Okay, so he needs to update his thing, so that's his deal.
Yeah, but so would
Damn,
you like have would you have like a pre-conversation with
Yes.
these people?
Yes, that was my job. So like basically you answer the call, you find out who they are, we would only do screening calls for like ones where they were going to come on and tell a story. So like you had to get like pre-knowledge about if they were even like going to work for the bit. So yes, we talked to them, and then if we get a good one, which is very hard to get. Sometimes we would get an intern and have them do a call from like inside the station.
Oh wow!
Actually, lots of times we did that, or someone from the sales or marketing. We would just grab somebody and be like, "Hey, can you be a caller? Because everyone's stupid. So can you be a fake caller?" So that's how that works, basically. And all of them,
because like I sometimes just for shits and giggles, I will listen to Sean Hannity. I don't agree with any of his political takes. I just listen. I just put it on when I'm like taking a shower or something, because then they'll play like local news in between that's like relevant.
Yeah, why would you do? Okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I guess it's tradition. I guess
that's weird.
I even listened to Rush Limbaugh back when he was still alive, and
my parents listened to that my whole life. Yeah,
I didn't agree with any of his political perspectives, but for some reason, because he was more theatrical. At least
I think people get addicted to like hearing a voice. Like
yeah.
Jad is a very good example. Like you get addicted to hearing their voices. You get to know them, sort of. You think you know them, but like they're like friends. Like they're in the background. You kind of hear them, and it feels familiar to people.
Right.
It's
okay.
The same
so
with
yeah,
radio shows. It's the same thing.
That's exactly what the case is with this guy. Like so, but you know he gets call-ins all the time. That's like a big part of his show, and I'm thinking like. There's so many like dissenting political views towards that guy. Like, you know, obviously they filter out the crazy people, but surely
they let him through on purpose sometimes. So, yeah.
Well, yeah, they do, but like, what do you do about the? I mean, I guess they have that delay button that you can press or whatever.
Correct. Yeah.
Because like the amount of callers that they must get, that's like, hey, Sean, I just want to say I'm big Trump supporter, and fuck you. Yeah. You know, like it's like, how do they never get those calls? You know,
because the screener is getting them.
Yeah, but
we do a thing where we pretend like we are on the air. So like we'd be like, oh hey, you reached 99.1. They think they're on the air already. So like that you basically can weed them out because they already start being an idiot. So you're like. You're like, idiot. Like, I'm not letting you talk to the host, basically. Some of them don't do screeners, so it just depends on the station.
Well, so it sounds like sounds like Jim and Jem. That's how you know the alcohol's kicking
in. Jim and Jem.
Well, in India, they had Jim and Jem. Jim and Jem.
Jesus Christ.
I know who Jim is, but like...
They're going to get sued.
I love when they don't know Jim. I didn't know who Jim was. I thought Mike was Jim for the longest time.
Everyone does for some reason.
I don't know why. And I don't know why. I don't know where that came from. I just decided you were Jim.
I thought Mike was the hot emo guy who played in a band. So that's why I asked him onto my stream.
Goodness gracious.
What about your band?
We already talked about music. Octavia.
I know, right? So I just wanted to stop in here and say hi.
My internet kept cutting out while I was trying to talk about it. I was really insecure about it.
Oh my God, are you okay though? Are you okay right now?
Yeah, I'm fine. It's been pretty good. So.
Does anyone ever ask you if you're okay?
I don't know what it was. I'm
how you doing? Are you
in general, just like in life?
Yeah, like in life.
Before I
Joshy, what else you got?
Before I grafted the Riff Raff podcast onto this live stream, I did have another question off my notes for you. Being straight edge as you are, when you were a teenager, did you go to a lot of straight edge shows?
Oh yes, constantly. I was going to hardcore shows all the time. Hardcore shows are like it's weird. The punk scene is like equal parts the biggest drug addicts you'll ever meet in your life, and the most like militant straight edge dudes you'll ever meet in your life. And so it's always weird the mixture you'll get, which actually probably also played a role in my music taste, because like some of the guys I'd meet would be like, oh, you should check out this band or that band or blah, 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 blah. So yeah, I wound up at a lot of hardcore shows, but that was also when I was younger and I could like get kicked in the face or punched.
Would you get, like, so you were in the pit doing the hardcore dancing?
Oh yeah.
I could see that you.
Embarrassing enough, yes. I did some of that in my day. I loved a mosh pit. I loved a hardcore show. I loved throwing windmills and spinning my kicks and
gorilla grabs.
Yeah, there's some floor punches. You got to do it. You gotta. It's a part of the music. But I think I've been too old in my opinion for mosh pits for a while. Also, I wear flip flops a lot, and I just like I don't want to have to wear shoes just to go into a mosh pit. So more often than not, it's like, yeah, I wear flip flops. I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm not the sit up in the seats guy yet. I'm not that. I see those people and I know it might eventually happen, but my knees and back aren't great, but they're not so bad that I have to sit at my concerts. I am still trying to get as close as I can. I will help a crowd surfer. I will stand on the edge of the pit, but I just can't get in there anymore.
Oh, the guy that stands at the edge with the arms folded.
The guy who helps.
Well, I do that. The girls don't get arm to push.
Yes.
I try not to be the dickhead guy. I'm a good side guy.
Yeah. So like as I was a teenager, like all my friends were Christian straight edge, which is like the most of the straightest of the straight edge, you know?
Yeah.
Like a lot of straight edge kids, feel like Minor Threat invented straight edge. Right? Am I right about that?
More or less. They popularized it.
They popularized it. It's basically you can live like a pure, clean life without like like believing in like a god of any kind. From my knowledge, that's how it started out. But then Christian music like had their time in the sun in the 2000s, where like a lot of like pretty decent hardcore bands and metalcore bands came out of the Christian music scene. And Christian straight edge was like a very like serious thing, and just straight edge in general. I mean, I guess it depends on the person, but in general, from my experience, like these dudes, I'm talking like if you've got X's tattooed on anywhere on your body, and like another straight edge dude sees you drinking a beer at a bar, they will fucking fight you. It's like a gang.
Yeah, there's
like
the
gang mentality.
The militant guys. I always say I'm a straight edge guy without the baggage. It's kind of like being like, oh, I'm a Christian, but I don't hate gay people. Like, I guess it's kind of like that's the equivalent. Is like I'm not one of those like fight a person who's claiming edge thing. It's just kind of like roll your eyes when it's like, oh, you're claiming edge for absolutely no reason. Or I'm also not one of those no caffeine straight edge guys. There are some people that are like no caffeine, got to be vegan, got to like I'm not.
No headache tablets, none of that.
Yeah, I'm not I need energy drinks or coffee guy, but I am I get migraines, and almost every migraine pill has caffeine in it kind of guy. So Octavia thinks she's connected a dot that she has.
Yeah, see, there you go.
Maybe it's the aspartame. You ever think of
it? It's either aspartame or the drunk driver that injured my neck and gave me migraines for the rest of my life. I'm going to lean in the direction of I didn't get them until the drunk driver hit me and totaled my car. But I guess maybe it's also the aspartame, Octavia.
We are so different. Seriously, like that's what you go. I think the aspartame is it's exacerbating the already problem that you have with the drunk driver accident. Maybe the aspartame is actually like making it worse. Did you ever think of that?
Considering how little you know about anything, I'm going to take your educated guess and think about it. I'll put some strong consideration into this, Octavia. Anyway, yeah.
I don't give advice. I'm not here to give advice.
There's
Boys.
some.
Give me ice. Give me ice.
Mike, you
There's
know,
some
great.
straight edge psychos out there, but I try not to be one of the straight edge psychos. My thing is more, it's just like you can't help how you feel. And I think mine's all feel vibes. Also, hey, I mentioned that I was raised Mormon. I think probably there's a tiny bit of it that came from that too. It's just like growing up with a lot of that as an influence probably made it really easy for me to go like, oh, cool. That's just kind of how I feel naturally anyway. So that's the kind of, that's more where I am.
The crazy thing is if you had been, you know, buzzed, a little intoxicated when you got like hit by that drunk driver, your muscles would have been a lot more loose.
I know, yeah.
Well,
And you would
actually, I
have
would have
absorbed it a lot easier. So.
I would have broken my neck, but the guy didn't have headlights on, and he hit me at a red light, and so the paramedics told me I'm damn lucky that I didn't see him coming, because if I did, I might have looked up at my rearview mirror or looked into one of my windows and had my neck turned sideways. And so when I snapped,
gosh.
it would have like potentially broke, as opposed to just like snapping forward and pinching some nerves.
Jesus.
Damn, bro. That's.
But yeah, it's whatever. It's fine. I've dealt with it. It's not.
I
that
loved
big a
it.
deal.
It was fun.
It was
Whatever.
fun.
It was a fun experience.
Have them forever,
Have a
man.
good story to tell.
Hooked up FSU hardcore like straight edge guys. Those guys are scary because they'll fight. They will
Dude, oh yeah.
fight anyone for anything. Drop of a hat. Now, I can't.
yeah.
I had friends like that, and at some point in time, I had to just be like, guys, I can't hang out with you anymore. I just can't hang out with you anymore because all you do is fight everyone everywhere we go. I just want to go to Jack in the Box and get some tacos. I don't want to have to like back you guys up because you're fighting some guy because of some completely pointless reason. Yeah, it's just like, dude, he had a Budweiser Miller Lite can on his wallet, and now you're like trying to start a fight with him, and I'm like, guys, I'm tired. I shouldn't be this tired when I'm this young.
I want to go home.
I had friends I just had to stop hanging out with because they were like that.
I think all of us did. We're old now.
Yeah.
Stop hanging out with all those people.
Yeah, like I remember going to those hardcore. I was a guest in that house because I didn't like the music. I smoked cigarettes. I would eventually become a drunk, which I am now officially. That's gonna
quotes, no quotes, Joshy.
Well, that's gonna get clipped. But but I always knew that I was like, I was like, I'm not gonna put all these like fucking limitations on myself when I'm a fucking teenager. It's like all my friends were like these little like just super uptight about like just these very constrict structures in their life, and it's like, bro, you're like 14 or 15, like chill, like why the fuck are you just like this serious about everything? But it was a Christian bubble that I lived in, and then I guess once again, like 2000s Christian like hardcore metalcore scene was no fucking joke, bro. They could compete.
Yeah, no, they did not fuck around.
Dude, like fucking As I Lay Dying, like Atreyu, like Under Oath, Comeback Kid.
Oh, nice.
Fucking
the energy at those shows is not fun though.
No, Comeback Kid shows are dope. I love a Comeback Kid show. I
mean, like,
I think the energy at the shows is awesome.
They were not fucking around by any means.
Well, I guess probably because I'm a female.
Like a terror show, a Set Your Goals show. Are you fucking kidding me? Like that's fun.
I'm a female though. It scares me. It's a lot of like.
Go to the Warriors show and hope your car doesn't get flipped.
Yeah, but man, you had these skinny
Yeah.
little like scene girls right in the pit with everyone.
I know,
else.
I was there. The energy is just, I don't know. The energy, I ran concerts too, and the energy is just different in different shows. And like, those ones were very aggressive. Like,
yeah, but that's fun.
For you, yeah, I guess it is fun for guys. It is.
I would say it's fun when it's fun.
There were ones that I had a blast at, but at the same time,
yeah, when you're young, I think it's less about being a guy and more about being young. Because
I think you're right. Yeah.
I went to a hardcore show about 2 years ago in San Francisco, and I watched. It was probably one of the rowdiest shows I've been to in a long time, and I was like, "Oh yeah, wow." I am on the edge of this room. In a different show or in my youth, I would have been in the middle. And like, I'll still go to a punk rock show or pop punk show or like even like a metalcore show or something and still kind of be in the middle of it, just not in the pit. But at that show, I was like, nope. I am very quickly realizing that I have aged out of this.
Yep.
So
You could
Yeah,
I attribute that to youth, less than gender.
your bones have to still
I would
have
agree with
some
that.
like cartilage in them. You know, they have to be able to
Yeah.
shock. Like if you're a skateboarder and you're like late 30s, you're gonna risk real like damage to your body at that point. But when you're 15 and you try to like ollie like a 4-stair and you like bust your ass, it's like your bones are like half cartilage at that
They
point.
like shatter now. Yeah, and you're like, okay.
Fine. Yeah, now they
You
shatter into
got
like a million
try
I'm like in
pieces.
a wheelchair. Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
hurt
forever gonna
myself.
have pain now for that one thing you did.
I went to a one of those trampoline parks where it's just like
Oh my
trampolines
God.
everywhere. And I went I was at the time I was managing a laser tag arena, and all my employees were teenagers and they wanted to go. So we went, we spent 2 hours there. I woke up the next day and I felt like I'd been hit by a car. It was like I was having fun. I was being physical, I was doing shit, but I was in bad shape the next day. Then the day after that, where it's always worse, I could barely move. And I texted one of the guys. I'm like, wow, I'm really feeling it. And he's like, oh, feeling what? What did you do? And it really reminded me like, oh, I'm talking to a 19-year-old who literally doesn't even know why I'm tired when he was there with me. And so like you just like some stuff will destroy. I had to call out of work once because I sneezed when I was bending over, like petting my cat. And so like my back did a weird thing because I was bent over petting a cat while I sneezed. And I was like, I'm just going to lie and say that like something way more dangerous happened. And so I did, because I was like, I'm not going to own up to this. I refuse to acknowledge that this is why.
Yeah, I coughed the other day, like kind of heavily, and I got a Charlie horse in my like abs, in my stomach.
Yeah.
I got like a fucking. And
I
it
walked
hurt
off the
so
curb.
bad.
So
It
sad.
hurt so.
I walked off the curb weird, and I had to use like a machine massager on my foot because of the way I walked off a curb.
Oh my God. You guys
Dude,
sound
like-
so pathetic. What the
like,
fuck?
Shut up, trainer. This guy's okay. Leave everyone alone.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I've definitely sneezed and thrown out my back before. Don't get me wrong,
Yeah.
but
You can get hurt when you're your age too, E-Rock.
Yeah,
I
I know,
know,
right?
I know.
Like, I'm sorry.
No,
Mid
it's true.
40s.
Flex. Don't let him do it, Joshy. Don't let him make you feel bad.
Dude, even
Don't
when
let
I'm
him
on
touch you.
even when I'm on stage now and I play a show, like even like the way I like stand and hold the guitar, like the next day, like my like ass cheeks will be like really and yeah, make all okay, insert all the jokes, my ass muscles
Oh, jeez.
will be so sore, and my
Hold on
like
a second.
eyes, the back of my neck
Yeah.
from head banging, like all these weird muscles will be
Don't do
like
that.
incredibly fucking
Yeah.
sore. And it's
Yeah, the
just, like,
muscles you don't use unless you're at a concert, you're like, oh shit, my
Why
body
is it hurt?
forgot about those until yesterday.
yeah, I definitely have permanent neck damage from like going to punk shows. In
why
my
didn't your
20s and
muscles
30s.
save you, E-Rock?
No, because like your muscles can only do so much, and they do support your spine. But like if your spine is fucked from years of like being in the pit,
Or a car accident?
you're screwed. Yeah, or car accidents, or both. You're screwed.
Or people staring at their phone. That's the thing nowadays.
Yeah,
You got that jacked up curvature from staring at your phone all the time, and you got that your back is just like doing triple the work.
Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure.
For real. Only work off my iPhone. Okay, I'm gonna go. We've been
Right.
streaming for hours, so
Yeah,
I'm gonna go.
well, and apparently my camera freaking sucks. I got to figure out my
What's going on,
camera.
New York? You need to restart
Apparently-
your thing.
I think it's
Mike,
my
you feel
internet. I
better?
think
You
I
feel
think it's
better,
my
Mike?
it's my internet.
Look at
Yeah,
this guy.
Apparently I was freezing. Apparently I was freezing on our stream, and no one told me. So anyway,
You weren't freezing on our stream.
Zoop said
Yeah,
I was
you
freezing
were.
30 times. So
I'm glad you guys
Really,
are having this conversation here. That's like a really good place for you to
You know
have
what,
it.
Mike? You know what? Okay.
thanks for having us on though.
Thanks
you.
for
I
coming
appreciate
in
it.
with an
Yeah.
already shitty internet connection.
Love it.
Thanks guys.
Mike
Have a good
feels
night.
better. That's all we were here for.
Yay.
Bye.
guys.
Thank
See
you.
you guys.
Don't talk shit
Bye.
when we go away.
Bye, guys.
Okay.
Talk a bunch of shit.
Man, those guys are the worst. Why the fuck do you
Yeah.
associate with them, Mike? You can do better than that.
Here's the thing. I do as little as I possibly can. That was like a year's worth of interacting just right there.
Okay. Well, I mean, understandable. I get why. And I hope they see this. Somebody clip this. I'm not going to do any editing whatsoever. This is exactly what you get. All right, let's I'll cut a deal with you, Mike. We're going to read the
Yes.
rest of the super chats and then we can call it a night.
Boom. I had a great time.
No, me too, dude. Seriously, thank you for doing this. I conceptualize this in my head because I'm I'm a friend of the show, of the Jim and Thems. And then I broached E-Rock, and I was
100%.
like, let me get that Mike guy. Because, a lot of people probably want to talk to Jim, but like, I don't know, Mike looks like the guy that I'd probably get along with. He's got the musician look or whatever the fuck. Let me pluck him out of his Corey Feldman sphere and get to know the real Mike. And so that was really my whole impetus for doing this. And I think
I'm glad. Give me an opportunity to come on again. I'll make sure my setup is better, and we'll have a wonderful conversation with no interruptions.
90% of it was fantastic. So we got
Debonair
Nerd, Australian $2. Thoughts on new Resident Evil? I fucking love it. I think it's a certified classic already. I haven't even beaten it yet. I think it's great.
I'm not the biggest survival horror guy, but Resident Evil games have done a good job of making them actiony enough. I also love that one of the main characters is the daughter of a character from one of the worst Resident Evil games, from Outbreak, which is hilarious that they are making someone from Outbreak connected to the newest game. So I love that.
That's the one I've never played.
It's like a PS2 online co-op game. Yeah.
Was it? I wonder if it was Sherry.
All the characters were like fake celebrities. Yeah, because all of them were. It was like basically they made a fake Nicole Kidman, and this is her daughter. The Ashcraft.
Oh, Grace. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. I need.
So I think that's fun. So I think it also looks gorgeous. I think it's fantastic, and I love what Resident Evil has done for maps in video games. Their map is so good that it's made other games have to have better maps.
Okay, so you said you're a gamer guy into the video games. Now, my thing about the PS5, I don't know if I've ever seen a video game console that had a more disappointing overall lifespan as far as exclusive titles than the PS5. I think it's the most disappointing I've ever seen.
It's tricky, and I say this as a person that works in video games. Video games are a fucking nightmare right now. They are a bloodbath, and I think that games are taking too long to make and becoming so expensive that this generation has been marred by the fact that the biggest games that it's getting that are either exclusive to consoles or exclusive to a console were games that were being made 4 years earlier, and were just that's just like think about when like Final Fantasy, there were 4 of them on the Super Nintendo, and then there were 3 of them on the PS2, and then there was 1 of them on the PS4, and now we'll probably get 1 remake.
They're all remakes on the PS5.
The PS5.
They're all remakes.
Yeah. And so it's like it just takes forever. Yeah. So I think that's just the industry. It sucks. It's not great, but I think that the console itself is good, and it's a shame that it's not as easy, and similar to music, it's not as easy to find the good stuff that's there, because like you said, the monoculture of games, it's just like there's too much out there, and so now even the good stuff is hard to find.
I feel like there's still a monoculture for video games. You got the big 3, you got like they all have their own. There's no E3 anymore, obviously, but they all have their own directs.
I think indie games and Steam fucked that up, because so often some of my favorite games, like if I told you my top 10 games from last year, I'm not dunking on anyone. I would look like a hipster, because they'd be games that some of them are like huge games, but most of them would be games you probably didn't play or hadn't even heard of. And that's why I say the monoculture is gone, is that I don't think would have even been true 10 years ago. And now I think it's becoming more and more true.
I think as far as like first party developers, I think Nintendo's eating a lot of people's lunch, because they are so much quicker with putting out first party titles or even second party titles that are that people buy and they want to play. And they just, I don't know, there's just this raging hard on for Nintendo now, and kind of anything they put out, which good for, I'm always rooting for Nintendo. So like, I'm not mad about it. What I am mad about is that waited so long for Metroid Prime 4, and that game fucking sucked. God, did it suck.
Well, it's also, I will tell you, how I said I can't talk about some of the games I worked on?
Yeah.
I can say that I worked on a version of Metroid Prime 4 that totally didn't come out and wasn't even like that game got revised from what I understand when I was there like 2 times before I even worked on it, and then another 2 times. Like the game they put out was almost unrecognizable from what I saw. So that game was like 6 different games.
Have you seen what the final product has been with that game?
Yeah,
it's not great. Motorcycle
not a great game.
It was awful.
Which actually I know where that came from, because that was one of those things where they inherited a version of that game that was open world, and I think they were like, well, rather than remake a bunch of shit from scratch, let's have a spoken hub, and that's what they repurposed. That's my guess. I don't know for sure, but based on what I saw beforehand and what I heard from some people that still work there, I think that is why there was an empty, pointless motorcycle world in that game.
Oh my God. That was like, I don't know. Like, I saw the trailer and I thought it didn't look great, but I was like, well, you can't really judge a game off the trailer. And then I bought it the day it fucking came out, and I played it, and I'm just like, and then it turned into and then I don't know, just like the first 2 on GameCube were so fucking good, and
and that's where I'm at. I loved the first 2, and so I've just decided, you know what? I love those games, and Prime is now just a name. It is not a series anymore.
They got a lot of, if they ever do a Prime 5, which they probably won't. I mean, they've been ignoring like the Metroid series for a really long time as far as their first party.
It's only popular in America. Japan doesn't give a shit about it, and that's why it's always kind of been one of those secondary series. Same with Star Fox. America likes that more than Japan does.
And Star Fox can get fucked for all I care. I don't ever need to see another Star Fox game as long as I live. But like Metroid, man, like Super Metroid, man, that was like one of my favorite games of all time. It still is. Like it's in my top 10. Like it's like Link to the Past as well. But like the Super Nintendo had like some great games, and like even fucking Metroid Dread, which was a 2D, like a 2.5D, because it was 3D rendered, but it was still 2D. Yeah, that was a great game.
Dread was good because Dread felt like the Game Boy Advance versions. That's like, it felt like, oh, hey, this is a spiritual sequel to the Game Boy Advance games, more than
I'm totally fine with.
Modern
In fact,
ones.
I wish they would make an adapter of some kind on the Switch, which they never will, to where you can play Game Boy 3DS games on the big screen. Because I have a lot of really good 3DS games I would love to play on. Anyway, getting a little too nerdy here for the fucking.
Get a Steam Deck and get an emulator on it, and then get a Steam Deck dock, and then boom, Bluetooth controller, baby. It's on your TV and it's looking good.
Yeah, see, I gotta look into that. I'm not into that world enough to know. I've heard of these things, but I gotta look into it. So we got Supreme Pizza King. What is Mike's opinion of Jim Cornette?
He sucks, but he's made it a career on sucking. I am the type of person in general where I tend not to. I don't give a shit about movie critics. I don't give a shit about music critics. He's essentially like a wrestling critic guy. So I just like I'm going to watch wrestling, and I don't need to know his opinion on it. And so I get why he's as combative and crazy as he is, because it's kept him relevant. So not a fan, but also don't care.
I don't know who the fuck it is. So there you go.
Yeah, he's just a wrestling guy. You're better off.
All right. Cerebro again. Josh, I've been Nick Kroll for years, and I don't know what that stands for. FOLS. Florida Online Live.
Well, the lowercase s. It's like a fake currency in an RPG.
Yeah, something like that. Okay, well, I mean, appreciate it either way. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Appreciate it, buddy. Mario Smells. The piss court is my favorite place to sit in VC for 5 hours and play my music. Does that happen in your?
He does do that, but no one else is ever in there. I didn't know what he was even doing in there. I'll be honest. I'm in our Discord less than probably any of the members of the show. Not because I don't like socializing, but just because it moves too fast. I can't keep up. So I'll just chime in and say something nice or.
I'm like that with my own Discord. I use the voice chat a lot to watch movies late at night for like 4 people. And then I'll just pop in every now and then. But yeah, I'm not all up in there like having like philosophical debates with people like some YouTubers do with their Discords. Like I don't have the time or fucks to give to have friendly debates with strangers. Supreme
I
Pizza
chime in if
King.
someone tags me, and that's about it.
Yeah. That's kind of my MO at this point. Another one from Pizza King. Thank you, Pizza King, for keeping me fed with your pizzery greasy dollars. You're old when you wake up with an athletic type of injury and all you did was fall asleep. Yeah.
As a neck injury guy, there are times where I'm like I'll walk out of a movie where I sat too far to the left or the right, and I'll be like, oh, my neck is all fucked. Or I'll like sleep and I'll be like, oh man, I must have rolled over at some point in time because now my ribs hurt.
Dude, it was like however long ago, some girl was like sitting on my like leg, kind of not quite my lap, but like my leg. She was sitting on it for a while, and she wasn't even overly like overweight or anything, but it was like maybe 20 or 30 minutes. My leg was like shaking. I'm like, it was like having these little tremors from like just too much weight bearing on that leg, and it's just like, God, it happens slowly, then it all comes quickly. I don't know if I Cerebral P, $5. Pizza King speaks the truth. I'm guessing about the being old thing.
Yes.
And then we have Cerebral P again. We need another Punch Out, the boxing game.
So if you know where to look, there's a ton of people trying to do like not indie ripoffs, but like spiritual successors to stuff like Punch Out. It is not hard to find. I bet if you Googled indie game Punch Out Steam on Google, you'll find 4 or 5 of them, and you'll be pretty stoked about it. So check that out. Cerebral 6666.
666, bro, the number of the beast.
Blah.
All right. Well, I think that's all the super chats, and I've kept Mike here for long enough. I think I actually think I did go through all the questions that I came up with.
Good. I'm glad. I'll bring a bunch of questions for you next time.
Wait, do I have any? Oh, here's one. This is an obvious one, but I'm gonna ask it anyway because fuck it. Do you actually like any of the Corey Feldman movies of yore?
Nah. I mean, so we watched Dream a Little Dream recently. That movie's atrocious. That's the one people tried to defend. People have tried to defend that one to me and been like, oh, it's like teeny bopper, but like it's actually one of his good ones. Fuck that. That movie's bad. I remember liking Goonies as a kid. I haven't seen it in a very long time, but I've almost kind of been afraid to rewatch it.
Okay, we lost
him, isn't it?
Oh, there is he back?
Okay, I'm back.
Okay.
Long answer is over. I'm not going to even try. Short answer is I can't think of a single Corey Feldman movie that I would say I really like.
I think
Goonies is probably close, but like I haven't seen it in forever.
I came to another one we watched in the Discord the other day was Stand By Me, and I couldn't believe for a Stephen King movie how much I did not enjoy that movie.
I've never seen that, and I've never seen Lost Boys, which I know those are like his 3 big ones: is Lost Boys, Stand By Me, and Goonies.
Yeah.
So I'm sure I'll watch them eventually. Maybe they'll be fine. But there's also that like, if you take too long to watch a movie, sometimes you can't like watch it the way it was supposed to be watched, and it just sort of passed you by. So
I just don't like movies where the whole cast is kids. I just don't like it inherently.
I do hate when kids are bad, and I do hate when kids don't work for me. So I can picture myself being in the same boat.
Yeah, like I recently watched Goonies, didn't really care for that one at all. Like the fat kid was the only good part of Goonies. And It wasn't even the truffle shuffle shit. That shit was stupid. But like he was just a funny he was a funny actor. Like he did a really good job for being like a little kid. Like he was funny as fuck.
Have you watched a Sketch by any chance?
A Sketch?
It's called Sketch, just Sketch.
Oh no, I'm not seeing it.
It's a movie that came out last year. It was a pretty, it's kind of low budget, and a Christian company released it, but it's not a Christian movie. It's about a little girl who's dealing with her mom dying, and so she has a bunch of fucked up drawings that they fall in a magic lake, and then they come to life. and they're attacking the town, and they have to find a way to put it back in. The little kids in that movie are fucking awesome. And if you like Chunk, you would love. There's this little dumb kid. He's just kind of like the dumb kid. He's fucking awesome, and he reminds me of Chunk.
Yeah, I mean, like sometimes, like that 1995 movie Kids.
Mm-hmm.
It's actually like a really dark like movie.
That movie's fucked up.
Yeah, and when I first saw the movie, I'm like, wow, that's actually how like kids that age actually talk and act and think. And it's like they finally like got it right. When I saw that movie, I was like, yeah, I mean, well, I guess if you grew up with piece of shit kids like I did, like,
Yeah,
I was like, this reminds me of people that I hung out with, and like, so that one stands out in my mind as like, okay, that one's okay, but like, yeah, all the Corey Feldman, they were all kid-based movies, and I don't like kid-based movies. Stand By Me was like boring. I thought that movie was about like them finding a dead body, but the dead body was literally only like 10% of the entire movie. The rest of it was the journey of getting there. Goonies, I thought the fat kid was the only like good part of the movie. The only
all his other movies, when he's the main character, are just shit. They're dog shit. Like he got lucky that he was in a couple movies like that, but like most of his movies are not that. They're all just dog shit. So like, no, I definitely like. Here's the thing, I am on a Corey Feldman show, and I've become a historian. But think of that like a guy that like learned about World War II. Like you're a World War II historian, and you work as a professor at a college, and you have tenure. You don't have to like Hitler. You don't have to like, like you don't have to like those people. That's kind of the way I treat Feldman, is that like I know a ton about him and I've become an expert, but because I'm an expert, that's why my opinion is so poor of him.
Well, the internet, like you're not allowed to criticize anyone unless you've done just as much as they have, right?
That's true.
So as soon as you do 3 classic movies, that's the only time you have the right to criticize anybody.
That's true, but I am allowed to talk to him about his little dick, because I've had a little dick for as long as he has. So
you have a child Corey Feldman sized dick right now.
I've got a little baby. It's got like a baby penis, because like, have you ever seen a baby's penis? That's what mine looks like. It's like a baby's penis.
It's basically just like the head and the circumcised or uncircumcised, if you're from the Middle East or Europe or something. It's just basically the head. There's no shaft. It's just like a cabbage patch.
I'm nearly no shaft. I'm balls and head. It's like our little rocket ship.
Well, you must really know how to work that shit if you're willing to admit that publicly online. But yeah, that's cool. There's no delay button there, so that's just.
You're welcome. That's for everybody.
Forever.
That's my gift.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I think. Do I got everything here? Yeah, I did the whole thing about I wish people would stop saying it's an act. That's literally. It wasn't even a question. It was just a statement. I wish people would stop saying it's an act.
I hate that more than anything. That's that is. It's almost a rite of passage at this point, where people like, there's this guy called the Music Historian on YouTube that people have been talking to us about recently. He's recently like kind of been delving into Corey, and he had that like, oh, it's got to be an act, right? And it's like, now I don't even bother paying attention to that anymore, because I know that people are either stupid if they believe it, or they're going to learn enough to realize it can't be possible. And I don't need to worry about that anymore, because it's so clearly not an act that I don't even want to give it time of day.
That band The Darkness, who had that one hit wonder, or the I Believe in a Thing Called Love.
Yeah. He's another one. We've Justin Hawkins. Yeah, he should know better. He's someone that I'm almost like irritated.
Dude, I did a whole video on this guy, because dude,
he should know better. He should know better. And sometimes he talks about it where it's like, is it a joke? Is it a joke that you're saying that? And if it is, you need to stop, because you're perpetuating something that people believe, and you need to stop. You need to knock it off.
This guy clickbaits so like just fraudulently that it blows my mind, because it's like he like, I did a whole video just not even on the Corey Feldman thing. I did include that, but like he'll literally have like a thumbnail, and it'll be like this is the worst shit I've ever heard. It'll be like Post Malone. He did like some 2020 stream where he covered a bunch of Nirvana songs. It's like, this is the worst shit I ever heard. And then you watch the video and he's like, oh, this is brilliant. It's brilliant, mate. It sounds really good. Oh, his voice sounds really, and he just says nothing but positive shit.
Yeah, I just, no patience for that.
He did the
People
same thing.
Perpetuate that drive me nuts.
Yeah, he did the same thing with Corey Feldman. And I think the last thing I was going to ask you about was that insane 24-hour Jim and them thing.
Oh, the streamathon. Yeah.
Yeah, you were up for 24 hours straight.
32 hours, 34 hours, I think. I think the first one we did was 27, then the second one was 32, and the third one was 34, something like that. But yeah, we do that every once in a while. The first time we did it was to raise money. Jim had a dog that got very sick and unfortunately passed away. Damn. And we were like, let's do this to honor the dog. We'll pay for the bills, and then whatever we have left, we donated to an animal shelter. And that was why we did it. And we're like, cool, that's why we're going to do it. Then people kept asking us, hey, when are you going to do another one? When are you going to do another one? And it's obviously a lot. It's like, it's fun, but it's not like fun. You know, it's like the way a roller coaster is fun or a horror movie is fun. We're like, you can say it's fun, but it's also because it's intense and scary and awful.
It gets kind of torturous after a while, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's gnarly, dude. And so we were like, okay, we'll do it, but we can't, like, part of it was the charity aspect, and we were always worried that, like, if we did it again and it was just like us raising money for ourselves, people would think that was gross. But then people are like, no, it's like, fine, we just want the streamathon. So we're like, okay, as long as you guys aren't going to think we're like weird, we described it as singing for our supper. We're like, that's fine, then we'll do it again. And people enjoyed it, and it's been opportunities for us to get other people involved and have things that we couldn't normally do, like when we had you on and talk to us. Like, that's not normally a place we'd have on our show for something like that, but with the streamathon, we have nothing but time, so we get to do that stuff. So the streamathon is not just gnarly. We are doing another one this year. We started doing them around our anniversary. So odds are it's going to be in May. So expect, if nothing else, that I'm sure I will talk to you and reach out to you before that for something else. But I fully expect you to show up for the streamathon as well. Again,
absolutely. Yeah,
cool.
I had fun doing it the first time. All right, I think I've asked I think I've squeezed every drop of juice out of you possible.
I usually hear that from guys, but not like guys that I'm talking to on the internet. Like guys, I'm like, I don't know. I was gonna make a gay joke, but I'm like, that's your thing. So then I tried to segue out, but I had nothing but gay jokes. So I'm just gonna eject by explaining why I didn't finish that joke. That's your realm. I'm not gonna make gay jokes. That's for you, man.
Yeah, guys behind the Taco Bell, and you're like, I'm not gay, dude, and it's fine. It's like,
that's why it's for you. It's you did it better than I ever could have dreamed of doing it. But Josh, thank you so much for letting me come on. I had a ton of fun. I'm sorry about my bad computer. I'll never stop apologizing for that. But I would love to do this again sometime. And I would love to have you more formally on our show. If you are ever, I don't know how often you find yourself on the West Coast. But if you're ever on the West Coast, please let us know. We would love to have you in the studio. But also, I have a convention. It is a very cool fandom convention. I know you like yourself some games. It is technically, I think it's like the 5th biggest convention in the country at this point. We've been growing it pretty well.
And that's in Las Vegas?
It's in Las Vegas. I will give you the VIP treatment if you ever find yourself feeling like you could come down to Vegas for a couple days. This year, it's April 24th through 26th. But every year we do it. Every year it gets bigger. So I would be happy to just give you the treatment.
It's the Mike Steele convention.
I mean, me and my buddy started it. It started off as more of a video game centric thing. At this point, the bigger it gets, it's harder to have one identity. There's tons of anime stuff, voice actors, cosplay. We have wrestling. We have video game tournaments. Awesome. Tons of stuff. I'll send you a link just in general so you can kind of see it. But we do it every year, usually in April. If you ever wanted to come down, just assume that you have free weekend passes for you and anyone you want to bring with you. It would be fun to have you down there.
All right, cool. I'll bring my whole all the kids I went to elementary school with.
They'll think you're cool.
Yeah, exactly. I'll see you guys.
My Uncle Mike runs a convention. He got us tickets.
Exactly. Unky Mike got us the hookup. All right, so here's what's going to happen now. We're going to say bye here, and then when I hit end stream, we're still going to be in the backstage, so you don't just go away. So don't be shocked when after I hit end stream, we're still, talking and shit, because it doesn't just cut off. But for the chat, it will cut off. So Until next time, obviously, if you don't know about Jim and them, what the fuck? If you're subscribed to me, you got to know about them. I know there's a lot of fan crossover going on. So his link is in my description of this video. So subscribe to Jim and them. And yeah, until next time, fucking have a good rest of your night.
Bye. See you later.
Okay. And then I think